put us on the public staircase? Sure, that works. All right, we're live. Hello.
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 I mean, literally no one had time to arrive yet, so.
Well, I said hello to the void.
To the VOD crew or something.
If I stare into them long enough, then surely they might stare back.
Yeah, notification
I'm into
crew,
that.
what's up? Hit that like button, yo. Wait, did they change? Oh no, there you go. How are we feeling today? I
Pretty good.
can't see chat right now, so I don't know if anyone arrived yet.
No, no one has. I am absolutely devastated.
Oh god. Well, I guess we're leaving then. Bye.
I don't know. We can talk about other stuff before we kick off the Mad Max thing.
We would never do that, but yeah, we do. Oh man, I've had some cheat days just now, so I feel kind of sluggish and bloated today because I had lots of delicious but nasty food, and I immediately paid the price. Was it worth it? Probably not. Was it delicious? 100%. Those were my last 2 days. Went to the pub, had some brewskis, some nice food, had some more brewskis at home, and that was my weekend so far. So
Sounds like a pretty good one.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. I had a friendo coming over. He was visiting from the old Switzerland because he moved there. Austria, not the Austria was what I meant to say. But yeah, that was fun. Just hanging out, catching up as you do, and yeah. Now I'm here. I got the day off tomorrow because it's some holiday fleam going on in German land. Yeah, that's what's been happening. Been playing some
Austria is other Germany. Switzerland is Italian Germany.
Right. Right. I also started playing Wind Waker again.
Yeah.
I'll probably be able to do one more stream of that before Hellblade comes out.
Oh yeah, Hellblade.
That's on Tuesday, and
Oh my.
I realized I'm not even around Tuesday evening, so I'll play on Wednesday. But that's alrighty. I'll be one of the two people who plays that game because that game had no marketing whatsoever. Because
Yeah, I was about to say, holy shit.
Yeah, I'll play it. I like the first one.
Oh yeah, me too. I streamed it as well. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. But it gives you the feeling that they're trying to get rid of that studio as well with the no marketing whatsoever.
Yeah, I think they were really expecting Ninja Theory to give them like a God of War, like Microsoft's God of War with this one, at least in the way they advertised the announcement trailer, and it seems like it's gonna more be another Senua's Sacrifice, just like about different stuff.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, could still be great.
Hell
But
yeah.
I think that I really feel like it's not what Microsoft wanted from them. Especially because they are a good action studio. Like they did Enslaved and A Heavenly Sword and the Devil May Cry remake that I didn't hate, to be honest. Even though I prefer Devil May Cry 5, but DMC is all right.
Yeah, I mean,
the edgelord one where he's the
Yeah.
young guy.
yeah, where they shit on the fan base.
Yeah, I enjoyed that as well, and I thought all the cutscenes were really funny.
Yeah,
Like, so
it was
I just
definitely
had a good time.
It was definitely not what you would have wanted from a Devil May Cry if you're thinking of Devil May Cry as like Capcom Devil May Cry, but
yeah.
it is like it's not altogether bad at the same time.
I think
Still a fun action game.
I think mechanically it was decent from what I remember. I mean, I only played it the one time when it came out, so that's just my memory being like, oh yeah, that was a game I played and didn't hate, except when they talked. But yeah.
You didn't like the boss fight against what's the dude? Bill O'Reilly. Yeah.
I don't remember that. I think there was like a big spider thing that was like in the middle. I had to jump from platform to platform and do things. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was another one. The Bill O'Reilly boss was something special though.
That was funny, yeah.
Bill O'Reilly DMC. I have to check now because
It wasn't actually Bill O'Reilly. It's just they very much turned like a Fox News anchor into a
Oh
boss
yeah,
fight in
that was a
Devil May
thing.
Cry game.
Oh yeah. I mean, the boss came up when I typed in Bill O'Reilly DMC, so.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like
Not
the
an original thought on my part. I won't be the first to make that reference, and I'm
yeah.
definitely not going to be the last.
God. The more I think about it, the more I remember how weird that game was. Like it's the whole.
Didn't one of the characters literally shoot like a pregnant chick and go double kill, and she there's like literally nothing wrong in the entire game, and they're like, "This is the hero we're rooting for."
Look, no one said it wasn't edgy.
I'm getting so much content, but where's my Jonossi? Jonossi is in the bio. Didn't you read the tweet?
They can't handle my Jonossi.
Oh, that's true.
geez.
Yeah, they gotta get the Jabusi.
People are saying we should do a hard justice breakdown for 7 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, a couple people on my stream were asking for that too. They're like, "You should do hard justice on Metal Sports." I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm not opposed.
It's
We
one,
could get the guy who made it on."
it's one episode. It's not even complete yet. What am
Yeah.
I, some kind of fraud?
That's a pretty meaty episode, though. It's a full hour.
Yeah, I got a lot of work to do still. Probably at least 3 more episodes, maybe 4.
Nice.
I really didn't see Fringy doing an American accent coming. That was interesting to me.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to either, but people just surprised me with different voices and like Mahler, he did this like meme British.
Yeah.
Like he just like leaned so hard into it, and it made me laugh so hard. I was like, I gotta use this, but I didn't hear that in my head. When I wrote it, people just surprise you. If you
Yeah.
let them,
It's fun stuff. It was a good episode. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
That's what really fucked up. You should have got
Thank you very
Fringy.
much for your contribution to that.
No, it's our
Hell
pleasure.
yeah. I did not have that on my bingo card, doing some
Yeah.
voice acting as a homeless person or voice acting in general. So it was a fun experience.
You guys were great, man.
Thanks. I tried. I wonder if some neighbor heard me yelling into the microphone. I think it would be funny. Your mom was a good episode. I mean, yeah, it's
Good point.
only $5
Yeah, but that was
on-
my mom was the episode that was my origin story.
Yeah. Has Furiosa released? No, that's on Wednesday, I think.
That's next week.
That's the next week's Forge. There's your spoiler for next week. If
Yeah,
that
that's why
wasn't
we kind
clear.
of decided to do a Mad Max one this
Yeah,
week. The
James
best Mad
begged for
Max.
Mad Max, and for once he immediately
Yeah.
got his way.
Yeah, immediately.
It's like, oh wait, there's actually nothing else happening in like new movies that I care about. And James like, you should watch the Mad Max. I was like, you know what? That's actually a good idea with Furiosa coming out.
Yeah, this year is going to be pretty light on big blockbusters, I think. Maybe there'll be a couple like smaller movies that end up surprising us, though.
Yeah, for sure. But like this month is only Furiosa. Like everything else I've read, like the name, I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't really care. So there's probably gonna be a couple of more like older classics to be talked about this month or something, and longer. I don't know. I don't know if we want to talk about Hellblade or something. Maybe it's like incredibly crazy good or something. But for now, it's just
I
more,
don't think it's going to be that long either, so I think we could probably get through it, and
I mean, I assume it's gonna be like two or three streams to get through that. We'll see. But yeah, you should watch the
First game was
holdovers.
only like 12 hours, right?
Yeah, it's only 9, I think. Even like I think on stream it was probably like 12 hours, was just doing stream stuff. But yeah, we'll see. I don't really have it on the docket for a full Forge, but I don't know, maybe it's interesting to talk about. We'll see. I'll decide when I played through it, and then we reconvene. But also,
Yeah.
it's only three episodes. It's Forge number hundo. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do there.
I don't know.
drink 100 shots of beer in 100 minutes.
Oh,
More party. Oh,
you want me to die?
No, shots of beer. It's not quite as bad as you'd think it is.
Depends on the
beer's
shots, I guess.
You just have one. It's like one big sip of beer per minute.
Oh, per minute. Okay. Maybe. No, I don't. I'm not gonna do that. I don't even know what I'm thinking about this.
Okay, yes. I'm sorry I brought up live for damage as a plan.
I mean, if it works, right? Do Gartic Phone for one. I was thinking about maybe just doing like a big old Gamer-Rooney stream on that. Just get a whole lot of people.
Pummel Party was fun.
Yeah, Pummel Party, Gartic Phone, the classics. They always prevail. Like every time I go back to those games, like man, those are just so fucking solid. Like there's a reason why we always go back to those. Especially with Pummel
Gartic
Party
Phone's
now
good.
having workshop content with like more
I just wish I could draw better.
levels
I
and stuff.
suck at Gartic Phone.
Oh, that just makes it more fun. God, I talked about before. Like, I would kill like to have like the only place people on like a Gartic Phone stream. Can you imagine how fucking insanely funny that would be? I need to network more. I need to get all those people involved in my shenanigans. There's like people who was like, man, those would be great on Gartic Phone. So like some of those people, I was like, yeah. Obviously they're animators, so they can draw well, and they're also really funny. So this would be, I don't know, would be funny. A man can dream, okay? Leave me alone.
Maybe she invites CT, like a Sitchin Adams artist. She did actually the profile picture that I have in Discord here right now.
Oh, okay.
She's a very good artist, and she's quite funny.
Nobody here is funny. Oh man.
Oh, I'm a little funny. Sometimes it's just because I'm retarded, but you know.
I mean, that's
Makes
the
people
funny
laugh.
parts then, yeah. Oh man, but yeah, I'll probably just gonna start reaching out to people for like next week. It's like, hey, good to Gartic Phone and stuff, and it's like, yo, probably take the Monday off so I can drink or whatever. I don't know. We'll do something fun. I'm sure it's gonna be great. There's a difference between being funny and people laughing at you, Mark. I mean, it still works.
Yeah, no, I cop to that.
I will take that.
How is that different than what I said?
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, there's a little preamble going on. I mean, to be honest, nothing crazy has been happening the last week. Like we had some crazy weeks before that, but you know what? I think this week was actually pretty normal for once. Like nothing insane was happening that I'm aware of. I'm sure there's lots of crazy things happening out there in the world that I'm not aware of, but you know, nothing that went through my bubble at least.
Well, all the big stuff was talked about yesterday
Was it?
on EFAP, yeah, with gaming and all that nonsense happening.
Well, I don't
I've
watch
also got
EFAP if
some-
I'm not invited. Fuck those guys. Oh, all of a sudden there's other people than me. Oh, okay, Mauler, I'm gonna beat you
I
up.
actually had people in my chat. They're like, "Why aren't you on EFAP right now?" They're talking about video games. I'm like, I don't know, because I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, always. I'm flattered when people ask like, "Why are you not on EFAP?" It's like, I'm just, you know, I just have also my own
I mean,
channel
hey,
and do stuff. They have like 17,000 guests they can go.
I was about to say, like, I'm flattered by it too. It means that
Yeah.
they actually miss me on there, you know. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but no, it's a. I mean, go watch one of the 7,000 VODs I'm on. I think I have like. Well, let me check. I already have an EFAP problem if you look at the guest list, like just by hours.
We all
I mean,
do.
I say hours. It's weeks for me. Let me see. What's my number up by now? It's actually kind of crazy to read. Yeah, 45 days and 9 hours, 316 appearances. The next one is still Jay with 18 days. I couldn't be on EFAP for like a year straight, and I would still be in front. It's like I saw when I checked, like, oh, who's been on? It's like, oh shit, I'm still like way ahead. What is wrong with me?
Dude, Daz hasn't been on in like 2 years or something, and he's still in like 3rd place.
I mean, he was, but he was still on the EFAP movies and stuff.
Right.
No. Oh, John, you're creeping up from behind. You're like,
yeah, I've had quite a few appearances on there. Very grateful to be asked on.
you're like in
I
4th
started on-
place now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I first came on 92, episode 92.
Nice. Yeah, fun stuff. there's your EFAP plug. They need the exposure, believe me.
Still one of my favorite episodes.
Because
Well, thanks, man.
stacked yesterday. Yeah, I saw it was like lots of people on there. Weekend was there. You're welcome for reviving him, by the way. No problem.
Yeah.
Dev was on there. There was all kinds of people. John, you were on there. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
He's also playing Ghost of Tsushima on PC, even though it's not sold in his country there.
Whoa.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Hmm.
I see
God
Theo.
damn
I
it,
watched.
Good for you.
Theo has been dodging
I'm
the
proud of
Forge. Like I've been trying to get him on for something. I was like, oh, I still hadn't had time to play this game or that game. It's like, God damn it, Theo. Wanted to get him on for Stellar Blade, but he didn't play that. I think. I don't know. I'll try. One day, the stars align.
Hey, we got Elden Ring DLC coming out.
I still don't give a shit. I've
I
like
don't know, I'm looking forward to playing it. I
I've
think
burned
there might be
myself
some
out on that
cool-
game so hard, and there's just it's the
I guess,
bosses.
like,
There's so
not.
many shit bosses. I just don't want to play the game because the bosses are so balls most of the time. There's like a couple
Well,
of bosses I look forward to. The rest is just like
Just
Like,
like,
too,
I don't know,
too
like
difficult and cheap, you feel?
At-
or
at
like-
the
no,
same
they're just
time,
lame.
Oh,
From
okay.
Software has such a good track record with DLC bosses.
I know. I'm sure
I
that's
want
gonna
to be excited for the DLC, but I fucking suck at that game. It's frustrating.
Well, the game is so long too. It's like a normal playthrough is over like 120 hours, which is double the length of every other Souls games. I'm
Well,
like,
that was
I haven't even finished it. I stopped
is a
right
long
before the
boy.
best bosses.
yeah. My first playthrough was that long, so. But now I know this. I don't even need to go in all the places because most of the things you just don't even need. Yeah, first time experience was pretty neat because you go exploring everywhere. But the second time around, you're like, okay, where do I actually need to go? It's like, oh, I need these couple of caves because those have the resource I need to upgrade. These ones give me things I'll never use, like that one and that one and that one and that one, that one. It's like, oh, and now I can go here, and then you're done. I think you can get through the main bosses pretty quickly-ish. But yeah, but also
Especially if you do
went
the
insane.
cheese build with
Mm.
what's his name, with the bleed build,
Oh yeah.
because they decided to give you a
Tears of
bleed
Blood,
sword.
Rivers of Blood.
Mm-hmm.
That's
they
it.
give
Yeah,
you
they
a
nerfed it like
bleeding
crazy. And what
sword.
pissed me off about that, I was like, oh, but that was the Sekiro sword. I didn't like it because it was OP. I liked it because I love Sekiro. Stop. Why'd you make that one shittier? Come on.
Every Souls game, bleed is the way to go. And what did they do in the beginning
Yeah,
of
that's true.
No,
Elden Ring? They give you a bleeding sword right off the bat. It's like, why? Why would you do that? Are you stupid? You know this is the OP build.
You can also kind of turn anything into a bleeding weapon.
yeah, you can
With
put
the,
like the runes on them.
grindstones, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, right? Yeah, I was about to say, or was that from Liza P? I was like, what?
The grind. Yeah, that's the grindstone from Lies of P, which is another good Souls game.
Well, to be fair, I
Yeah.
also went kind of insane because my second playthrough, I did the bosses only with items. That was
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
interesting to
And
do.
then, the,
Yeah, that
and
was
then the
crazy.
video dropped like a day after.
Yeah, I thought I was
so-
the first one to beat all the bosses with most of the bosses only with items. And the day I finished that playthrough, what was his name? Lil Aggie, I think, dropped a video where he did it all. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, it was an interesting experience just trying to figure out how to do it. And I did Millennia with cheesing, so that was funny. I learned a glitch to do that one because I couldn't beat her.
My last defeat of Millennia was my chaos build, which like where I was going for the God of Chaos ending or whatever, and I had two of the Guts great swords, so it was dual wielding those, no shirt, so you can see like my Chaos God scar that you get when you do that path, and it was really tough, but I got her. You at least stagger her really easily if you're doing like two-handed great sword attacks.
And then when I started my third playthrough, there was shield only. I did dual wield shield, which was fun.
Dual shield.
Was pretty fun. Was pretty effective to some degree. But at some point, it was like, oh, what bosses are coming up? I don't like this one. Don't like this one. This one. This one. Okay, I'll stop. I can't be bothered to go for all the ass bosses. I still can't believe the foreskin duo is like a boss you have to beat. Pissed me off.
Oh,
Such a
God.
shit boss.
Oh, the God skins. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
I
the
hate
duo
those guys, too.
up in the clouds, the fucking dragon
Yeah,
plays.
that was a rough one.
Ugh.
Over in Dragon Town.
Sorry. Yeah, the rip-off Ornstein and Smo.
Yeah, what a disgrace to even mention them in the same sentence. God, they did
Let's do them
one.
again, but give up ranged attacks too, and close attacks. It's like, why? Why would you do this?
Ah, they basically did the perfect dual boss in the first like in Dark Souls, and then I think Dragon Princess was fine. That worked pretty well still, but that was Dark Souls 3, and they haven't really been able to replicate it. And then all the other games are trying to replicate it, and they all fail miserably. I don't think I even mentioned the fucking dual fight properly in the Stellar Blade Forge last week, where they just put one of the horse things in there, and then another one that shoots things, and then you just pray that some of them like one of them dies quickly enough so you don't get stun locked all the time. That was awful.
Yeah.
That was fucking awful. But they have the decency to make it an optional boss you don't have to fight. So good. That's
Yeah,
nice,
there
I
are
guess.
repeated bosses in Stellar Blade too, but it doesn't happen that often. It's like there's a
Well,
couple
they also have,
harder versions of story bosses out in the world.
yeah, they also have like different movesets and more stuff. So that's
Yeah.
fine with me. Anyway,
Lies of P kind of did it best though, where when they give you the repeated bosses, it's like them with a very, very serious change. Like you get the first like sort of police robot thing that you fight. It comes back as the second phase of the swamp monster, where it's like swamp monster meets the shit. I forget the police guy. What's his name? Fuck it. Anyways, good game, Lies of P. You should play it.
absolutely.
What's the difficulty of that game like? Is it as hard as like the Dark Souls games?
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. I think
it's slightly
that
harder. in some
maybe, but if you're okay at parrying, then you can do quite well with Liza P. It's why I actually think X-Ray Girl might actually be able to beat it now, because I think she's gone through 2 playthroughs of Stellar Blade and 1 on hard
Yeah.
mode, and I was honestly surprised. I thought she was going to be playing it on story mode, but no, she crushed it. She got good.
Nice.
I got stuck
Cool.
on that was that boss name, you know, the electric chick near the end.
Oh, Lies of P.
Yeah, Liza P, whatever her
Oh,
name is.
Luxasia.
That motherfucker.
That was a sick
That
boss.
that's a good fight.
Dude,
I
when you
like
start
that fight.
learning that boss fight, it's just so feels so good.
That was 9 hours across 3 days.
Oh, you did your own cause. That's nice.
That was the only boss I got stuck on. All the other ones I beat them in under an hour for the most part. That one, oh my god. Even what's his name, the one-armed guy right after, he was so easy.
Yeah, that's the one that everyone says looks like me.
Nope.
Simon Manis.
Oh god. Video games. We do like him. It was nice
the most
playing
recent
like.
one I played was Crab Souls.
Oh, you had to mention it at least once, didn't you?
Well, of course
you
I
had
did.
to.
It's the most recent one. It's the most recent one, and I had
Yeah.
fun with it.
Nah, that's fair. I've
It's
seen a lot of
nice.
people playing it on like YouTube as well, like Souls tubers. They're like, "Oh, bro, video game with the crab." It's like, oh, that's nice. It's only 8 gigabytes. Do it, Metal.
It is.
It is, yeah.
And it's only $30, and it's on Game Pass.
It's on Game
I
Pass.
just straight up bought it on Steam.
Nice.
And I got all the achievements. There's like 20 bosses. Some of them are fucking hidden too.
Is it
It's
on?
actually unique. I actually like what they do with the block is a little weird because it's basically it's like the reverse of normal blocking. Because you gotta hide in your shell,
Mm-hmm.
and to parry, you have to pop out of your shell at the last second to pull off a
Oh.
parry.
Okay. Nice. Oh, yeah, fun. Yeah. I played briefly just to have some off time, and it looked pretty neat. It felt good, so maybe I'll find some time to play through that as well at some point. But first,
Yeah,
I
it's-
need to go back to Wind Waker again and play that one more time.
Oh,
And then Hellblade happens, and then I go back to Wind Waker again, and then I'll finally gonna
just
go
let it
play
die.
Prey. I'm not gonna let Wind Waker die. It's an awesome game. Fuck you and your shitty crap game.
wow. It's
Yeah,
not
they-
shitty.
I went there.
I
love
shall be
Wind
in
Waker.
just Japan and Greece for a while. Just Ghost of Tsushima and Hades is what I've been doing.
Ew, you're greasing
Oh,
yourself
right.
up? That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greasing yourself up
Oily
for the Japanese.
Mediterraneans.
Wind Waker has become the waiting room of games. Yeah. My plan was
So
to finish.
long though.
My plan was to finish it before Hellblade, but then Stellar Blade took me like 70 hours to get through. Because I did all the optional things. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what I found myself doing in Ghost of Tsushima. I'm just like, I think because my chat voted for me to play on lethal difficulty, and I was getting wrecked at first. I've now done a lot of the side content, and I've gotten just unbelievably strong.
Nice.
And it's been nice. This game runs incredibly well too.
I can't buy Ghost of Tsushima in good conscience. Not after all the PSN stuff. I can't.
Yeah, I mean
do it.
that's your right.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see
I
that.
wouldn't try to talk anyone out of taking a stance like that, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I have a PSN, so for me, it's not really that big a deal. Like, I'm not really making any functional change, although I do still think that they should not make it mandatory.
Yeah, just don't. I mean,
Make it optional, though, sure. Probably would have done it anyways, to be honest.
Oh well.
I want
Optional
it
with
to,
some
but
with
it's
some
not.
incentives. I mean, I don't know why they didn't just do that.
Yeah.
That's
Get
the
I mean,
funny
Steam
thing.
it's
Ghost
your
of
own
Tsushima did
trophies.
do that.
You're in PlayStation trophies in addition to Steam achievements. I guess that's the incentive. But
No,
and,
in
I mean, that's
Ghost of Tsushima, if you sign in with your PSN account, you get like a charm and a costume.
Oh,
Right.
do you? Oh, I didn't
Yeah, it
realize that.
says on the Steam page.
Well, maybe they
So
should
they
have done
actually
that
tried to
for Helldivers. That would have been smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Here, have some medals or a little cape or something.
Yeah, like a cape with the PlayStation shapes on it or something.
instead they've tanked the player base because of the region locking. So
Yep.
Yikes.
Well, we got a new cape now apparently because I think they're gonna put in the one that has the like the graph, the Steam graph on it. I think they're actually gonna put that in the game, from what I understand. That's kind of fun. Where it goes like down into the reds and then back up to the blue. It's yeah, maybe the wrong fan base to fuck over when you train them to work together to beat all these monsters, and then PSN arrives like, okay, we've been
Now
training for
everybody
this.
separate.
Not
The
even
idea that
separate,
you were
not
supposed
allowed.
the idea that you were supposed to do that like for an increase in cybersecurity, like on Sony's part, is hilarious. 'cause,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
incredible.
Sony is one of the worst big companies for like data breaches.
No, it's a
The two
meme.
biggest leaks was last year.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
two biggest ones.
I think they had like
No.
8 or 9 in total in the last couple of years. It's crazy.
Well, for
Oh,
Ghost
yeah.
of Tsushima, the sign-in is optional, but the thing is, it locks the multiplayer behind it, so you can't play multiplayer if you do the region sign. You know, it's like, so wait, why?
Well, it's region locked anyways because it has that requirement. People.
Oh
on
yeah, so then
Twitter
they
are
can't
getting
even
refunds.
sell it in other countries that don't have PSN, right? I guess
Yeah.
that's the thing with Weekend Warriors, that he couldn't get it.
Yep.
It automatically refunded people because like you got locked out of your pre-order now, so we're giving your money back. And people are like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. It's stupid. I don't know. So many countries they just don't sell games to, apparently. At least not via
Over half
PSN.
the world.
Yeah.
This is why piracy needs to exist. As a, hey, why don't you make the service easy to get so that people don't pirate it in your region? Because otherwise, they're just gonna pirate it.
Yep.
It's always a
That's,
service problem.
that's what
And
Gabe
a
has
lot
been
of these
saying.
a lot of these legit services need to get their fucking shit together. I'm so tired of like subscribing to a streaming service and it's janky, it doesn't
Mhm.
work, it doesn't cast onto the television for some reason. You know, interface is slow or it sucks or it's broken.
The fact that when you watch Netflix, you can't change what resolution you want to be on. If you want to be on 720p or 1080p, just all automatic. It's like, just let me choose, man.
Right.
It's just so annoying.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it doesn't load properly, and then you wait, nothing happens. Like, oh, well, maybe it's going to happen in the next hour when I finish that stand-up comedy show or something. It's like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
annoying. It sucks. Oh, well. Get your shit together,
Yo, it
Sony.
doesn't suck. The Road Warrior.
Yeah, absolutely. Today we went back in time to 1981, 82 or something.
81, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's when Mark had his first divorce back in the day, so, something along those lines.
No.
Maybe the second.
Huh?
I don't know. I don't have the. I'm making the joke that you're old. That's it.
I was about to say, I was like, I've never been divorced. I was engaged and I broke up with my fiance, but we didn't get married, so it's not a divorce. Not
Close enough.
technically.
But yeah, going back to simpler times, you could say, because that's when Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior was released. And you might wonder, wait, what about Mad Max 1 though? It's like, well, I think we should at least briefly talk about it because that is a really, really weird movie.
Oh yes.
I think it had like a budget of like $350,000, like super cheap. Like
Yeah,
it's like
I think it's very comparable to Evil Dead 1 in that like Evil Dead 1's good and you would probably actually I think Evil Dead 1's better than Mad Max 1, but Evil Dead 2 is kind of the idea of Evil Dead 1 but done like a lot better. And I think that Mad Max it's very clearly a George Miller like indie movie that didn't really have a lot behind it, but when they managed to get a budget together for a follow-up, it ended up being really, really great. So I think it's kind of that sort of deal happening here.
Well, the big thing too is he did have a lot of control with the first Mad Max movie, and he almost quit right off the bat because 2 of his crew members got in a motorcycle accident before filming even started.
Oh, they didn't even film it? What a waste.
They hadn't even started. And so it was already a nightmare production right off the bat.
It was kind of funny. They hear that. It's like, did you film it? It's like, no. It's like, oh, fuck. It would be great for the movie. We're tight on the budget anyway. But yeah, that sounds like immediate problem is happening there. Yeah. Shit hits the fan sometimes. But yeah, it's kind of interesting because the premise of the first one is pretty simple. Like, it's like, here's the, like, some... do they even make it clear in the first one that it's like a post-apocalyptic thing? Or if it's just like weird
That's the thing.
It's like society's falling.
Yeah, that's
like
what I was...
gang violence is on the rise more than...
It's the setup to the apocalypse is what it is.
Right. Because
like, hey, do you notice society's kind of crumbling a little bit here? More than anything
And that's
else?
not even mentioned. It's all visuals.
Yeah, because they like the police station they're in is like a rundown warehouse, old factory building or whatever it is.
Burnt down,
like no roof sometimes. It's just it's not going great for humanity.
But society is still kind of there. There still are people who are trying to be police officers and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's plants, like there's greenery. It's not a total wasteland like in the rest of Mad Max.
Yeah, and basically good old Max is like really good as a policeman with his car. He's like fantastic at his job. He has like his homie, what was his name again? Goose? Right?
Yeah.
Goose.
Yeah. And he gets his leg fucked up in the beginning, but he still goes to work because I guess he has to, otherwise he doesn't get to eat or something. I don't know. But it's basically, they're doing all this thing. They kill the Knight Rider, which is part of the big group, big baddie group, and then the big baddie group goes after the policemen and kill them one by one. And it goes up to the end where his family gets killed when they go to on vacation. And then he goes Mad Max mode and kills them all in a road rage.
And shortly before that, he does remark that he's like one bad day away from become as crazy as any of the people that they're taking down.
Right.
He's starting to enjoy it. Is how he specifically states it. And he's like, the only difference is I'm wearing a badge. So what's the point?
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It's very wacky. I feel like the structure of that movie is kind of weird, the way it just all plays out. It's like kind of now this happens, now the next thing happens. But it still has like an understandable structure, what you're going for. Just to understand what they're going for. And yeah.
The first half, 2/3, I wasn't gelling with it. 'Cause, like, I didn't really get a sense of where it was all going. But then, like around near the end of the second act, where he attempts to live a normal life and goes away with his wife, I started to get a sense of like, okay, now I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like something's gonna happen to her, and then he's gonna lose his shit, and then we're gonna have like a third act crazy thing. And at that point, I was invested. It was a lot of fun actually. I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah, definitely recommend watching it.
Especially the last act of Mad Max 1 is they clearly put a lot of effort into those car chases. Like for
yeah.
a lower budget movie, it's like, oh, they went all out there. Like that's
The first like 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes.
It's just all cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's they lead you in. It's like, oh look, we got car chases, we got explosions, we got broken cars, broken everything. It's like, yeah. And I can see why people liked it back in the day, especially if you consider it as like a super low budget. It's like,
Well,
oh yeah.
it's funny you say that
Yeah.
because not a lot of fucking people saw the movie because it didn't release outside of Australia a lot.
Oh,
Which is-
okay.
and
Which is something I wanted to bring up because hold on, let me get the picture.
I guess then that's one of the movies that just became a cult classic after the fact.
Yes, because I hate how Discord works sometimes. So to slowly lead into the second movie, one of the big things was there it is. The Road Warrior was literally marketed as just that.
Oh,
The Road Warrior.
yeah. It
It
was
was-
not Mad Max 2 in North America. It was just the Road Warrior.
let me pop that up here real quick. 1 second.
Oh yeah, there's your 4K Ultra HD of Road Warrior. Even now, it's just called The Road Warrior. It's not Mad Max 2.
Oh wait, it's 3 pictures.
Yeah, I think
didn't
it's only
notice
Mad
that.
Max 2 in Australia. Like Lethal Lightning, actually, from Geeks and Gamers, is the one who told me it actually was Mad Max 2, because I think I mentioned it's like, well, it's not called Mad Max 2, it's called The Road Warrior. He's like, no, it is called Mad Max 2, mate. I don't do a good Australian accent,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's how I learned about that. It's apparently a point of contention. They
Apparently,
say
the
no,
first
it's
Mad
Mad
Max
Max.
the first one had a very limited release in the U.S., and the studio behind the second one thought that nobody would recognize it if it was Mad Max 2. So, yeah, just
That's
called it the
They
Road
also
That's a
Warrior.
good
for the
poster, by the way.
original-
Oh yeah, it's good.
That's great.
For the original, they also redubbed all the audio with American accents for the Hollywood release.
That was so unnecessary. I don't know why they felt
and
the need
I
to
couldn't
do
even.
that.
I was trying to track down a copy of the Australian one, and I couldn't. I could only find the English dub. So, if anyone knows where to get the proper version of Mad Max, please let me know.
Yeah.
I love
And
the
basi-
idea of Australians just being unintelligible, like Scottish people from Glasgow. It's just like, what are you saying? Like, this needs a redub. I'm sorry, even though they're speaking the same language.
And
I don't
basically, all
understand.
you really need to know from the first movie is how Max looks the way he does,
Mm-hmm.
or ends up looking for the second movie, and that his family is killed. Of
Yeah.
his wife Jessie and his son, whose name is fantastic, of Sprague.
Sprog. They have funny names in this universe.
Yeah, Australia.
It's my mate Sprog over there, you know.
Because that's also something I would pull up is from in the original trilogy of Mad Max, Max himself maintains all of his wounds throughout the trilogy.
Yeah, because in the second one he has like the knee brace, like the makeshift knee brace one and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Yeah, he's
also two
crippled.
pictures I
Woo.
tossed. Yeah. Oh, dude. Not
Woo.
only crippled. First movie near the end, he gets his. He basically gets his kneecap blown out because it's shot
Yeah.
like almost right on there. Then he gets his arm ran over,
Yeah.
which
rough.
it's implied to break. So,
Yeah, He
yeah,
actually-
there
he
would
actually
pretty much
struggles.
be no way that wouldn't break.
oh,
Two
he's
motorcycle wheels right over your arm. Yeah, I don't think. I don't think your bones surviving that.
yeah,
But I
those
think
last
what was interesting
five
though, in the
minutes-
context of the title, "The Road Warrior," is like, yeah, and then the rest of the movie, he does still kick the shit out of everybody using a car.
Yeah. Well, he's best driver. And oh man, those last 15 minutes in the first movie, he is limping. He can't even use his arm either.
Yep.
And you see it, it's just bleeding later, and he's just constantly limping. It's
Yeah.
oh.
Makes it
Did a
makes it
good
much.
job with that, yeah.
Yeah, isn't it nice when your hero has to struggle a little bit at the end and then still wins
Yeah.
because he's good? We'll talk about this
Right.
more in this movie
Yeah.
because it's just one of these things just pisses me off in modern movies. And I
He
win.
is also-
Yay.
He's also treating his leg wound as if it is pretty much impossible for him to bear weight on that leg. Like he's effectively hopping on one leg to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's not really even resting it on the ground all that heavily. It's just kind of dragging behind him, and he's shoveling forward with a hop, one-legged hop.
Mm-hmm.
And particularly the final kill with that movie against I think he's literally called Johnny the Boy.
Oh yeah.
You're
He,
right, right.
He handcuffs him to an overturned truck that's leaking gas. Has it so it starts pulling out and sets a makeshift timer to blow up the truck. And he
it
hands
is-
and he hands
in
him
the
a saw.
process inspires another Australian film.
Yeah. And he hands him a little hacksaw and says, "You can cut through the cuffs in 10 minutes, or through your ankle in 5." And he
Yeah.
walks away.
Yep.
And it's implied it wasn't even enough that time to get away because the truck just blows as soon as he drives away.
Yeah. It's pretty rough. Because you have to imagine there's a chance the guy started sawing on his leg and then he still exploded because he was possibly lying about the time. It's like, damn.
Yeah. Oh, that's even the funnier part. With that overturned truck, we don't even know if Johnny actually killed the guy or if he just stumbled upon it to
Yeah.
take his stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter to Mad Max because he killed his friend early in the movie
Yeah.
the same way.
Oh, yeah, so you should probably talk about that real quick. Goose is the first, because it's mostly Goose, his wife, and his son. Goose
Right.
is the first victim, and he technically didn't even die, and he got burnt alive.
Yeah, he got burned alive, and he sees him in like a quote unquote hospital medical
yeah.
facility, and he's like under like sheets or like a thingy. I don't know if there's like a proper term for it where you put like burn victims into like a basically like a glass tube almost, or sometimes just like put like stuff over them. I guess they put like
Sterilization room.
something like
yeah,
that. Yeah,
it's basically because anything landing on burnt skin can it's basically a direct pathway into the bloodstream. So you really have to worry about infection control for people with burns on even like 20% of their body. Never mind the entire body. Like that'd be wild that he's even alive, to be honest.
yeah. But
Yeah,
he's
it's-
like in there, and Max sees him. Is like, that's not him. That can't be. And he's like very, and that's when he starts to be like, okay, I think should just quit because he actually says like, oh, I'm afraid like that these guys are gonna kill me, which is also a thing you don't see
I
that
love
much
it.
anymore.
I love when what the guy says to him when he tries to quit too. He's like, "Look, you can't quit. You're the best one."
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because that's even set up right off after the first chase. Is Max already is thinking about quitting, and what they want to draw him in with is with the interceptor, which is referenced once in the beginning and then shown at the end of the movie, which is supposed to be a handful of.
yeah, one of the last V8 machines out there,
Yeah.
and they can use nitro. Remember nitro from Need for Speed Underground 2? That was fun.
I believe it was also referenced in the film The Fast and the Furious.
Oh god,
Also, John, you wanted to say something. I think we cut you off there a couple
few
of times.
times, yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. I was just gonna say about the burn thing. Like, I think even a strong gust of air on skin, if you have that horrific a burn, even just a gust of wind can
Oh, yeah.
put you in searing pain. So that would be one of the reasons as well why they encapsulate you like that if you have a burn.
Right, I probably should have mentioned George Miller's job before being a director was a
Penguin choreographer.
no, he was a medical professional specifically dealing with car crashes.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
man, that's actually pretty wild.
That's nice.
So
I was making a Happy Feet joke.
yeah,
He directed it.
yeah, I didn't even think about that. I completely forgot about that movie until right now. Oh my god. Yeah. So he
I
has
I always
knowledge of
found
these
it
car
hilarious that
accidents.
it's like Happy Feet from the director of The Road Warrior.
I didn't know that. That's cool. I like Happy Feet.
Nice.
But so all these injuries are something he's been experienced with for a lot of his life, and one of the main things he swapped was because he himself was being too desensitized to the drama and all or trauma of all these poor victims.
Hmm.
So
And yeah,
his
it makes sense why even me not knowing that when I mentioned that when Max is kind of limping towards the car at the end of the movie after being shot in the leg, I was like, yeah, he doesn't seem like he's just walking on that leg and it hurts a little. He seems like he cannot use that leg. And
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
And the way the car crashes, oh, they look. Oh, there's some fucking gnarly destruction in them.
Yeah, it's why like Mad Max, the original Mad Max is a bit of a tough watch if you're like, especially if you're expecting like something more akin to Fury Road, but it is
Right.
worth watching. Like it's still kind of good.
You can tell it's like a smaller budget because when they do like all these when they do these car scenes, car chases, you can tell it's like, oh, this is just a random road somewhere in Australia or something. It's like, oh yeah. Because if you have like all the knowledge from today, because I'm like a Mad Max noob. I've never seen the original ones up until now. I was like, wait, why is there so much green and houses? Why aren't they in the desert? What's happening? It's like, oh, that's the first one. They didn't have a budget, so they had to do whatever they had to, what they had available. And yeah, for that, they just did a really good job. Like, it's pretty impressive.
The crashes really helped like grab me at
Yeah.
the start. Like I didn't really understand what was happening overall, but like for a 70s movie on a low budget, like there's some awesome car crashes in this. It's like, wow, that's some of the best I've seen. Really.
And a very young Mel Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was like 20 something.
Yeah.
He was young.
A young
I bet like 22. Like he seems like he's very young.
Yeah, that's what people have basically matched up Max's age to be, is whatever Mel Gibson's real life age. And so because of that, because
Ah,
the
Old
first
Man
movie
Max.
set in
Let's get an Old Man Max movie, man.
Yeah,
Before it's
so-
too
oh,
late.
That'd be nice.
Okay, listen, I can't start ranting about Fury Road now. I can't. Oh.
No, we'll get to it. We'll get to it at Furiosa next week.
So,
Yeah.
oh, there's, oh god. So, anyways, the first movie came out in '79, so
Yes.
only a few years before the second movie, which Road Warrior is set, ironically, only a handful of years after the first movie, which is why you still see green in Road Warrior, even though it's not
Yeah.
as much.
I
It's mostly
thought there wasn't
shrubbery.
a lot of
Well,
green. in
not
Road
a
Warrior.
lot, but there's still a little bit there.
Huh.
And yeah,
So-
well, I guess that just leads into just stuff.
I'll take your word for it. Like I said, I'm kind of retarded. I watched it yesterday.
Oh, don't feel bad. This is the awkward part. I was born in like '79, but all my favorite things are all from the '80s. So Mad Max, Transformers, John Carpenter's The Thing. I feel so out of place these days.
James
like an
is
old
older
man.
than me.
I'm not. I feel older, but I'm not.
Oh. I thought you said
You
you
know-
were born in 79. I was born in 84.
No, '97.
Oh, okay. Never
If I
mind.
said '79, I got the numbers wrong.
Never mind then, you little whippersnapper.
'79 was when the first Mad Max came out.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
I know.
okay,
And
okay.
I thought you said you were born in 79 and didn't watch a whole
No,
lot of things
no.
from the.
I
It's
messed
okay.
up.
I
I'm 97.
misheard, but I was a little bit surprised
think-
because I didn't
I
realize.
think I messed up. I meant '97. I got
Yeah.
the numbers wrong. Listen, I'm tired.
I
No,
was
it's
about
okay,
to
I'm
correct you,
retarded.
but then Marcos was like, "What?"
No, I'm only 27. I am young, but I feel old constantly. So
it gets worse. Don't worry.
yeah,
But yeah, just jump into the second one because they just give us some context before we even get into the proper movie. Because they need to establish like what's the world even looking like right now.
yeah, everything they didn't establish in the first movie.
Yeah, basically oil, super precious, super important. Not that much left. All the world leaders have just been talking and talking, but not really doing anything until war happened and everything went to shit. And now there's apparently like 2 big warrior tribes that have been fighting over the wastelands overall, and all the scavengers basically took over the highways, and now it's just all chaos. I think that's the basic gist of how the world is looking like right now.
Yeah, there were some big wars that happened between movies.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so everything essentially, gas became tied to, if you're not fast, then you're dead.
Yeah, you need to want to stay mobile because whoever is gonna fucking murder you if you're lucky.
Yeah, you need to find supplies and take them with you. You can't stay in a place, otherwise you'll get ransacked and probably R-worded.
Oh, yeah.
I find it really funny how how liberal everybody is in the movie with their usage of fuel, just like revving their engines and doing
Right.
fucking
Yeah,
donuts and shit.
I've,
But at the same time, it's such a precious commodity. Like they're just soaking up every last drop they can from wherever they can find it. The juxtaposition's so funny.
Yeah, it's a good point. I didn't even think about that, to be honest. I was like, look at these
Oh,
crazy,
I
these
did.
crazy
It's,
people. And it's like, oh yeah.
it is kind of, it's even the kind of thing. It's like, well, I don't know that you really want to be driving a V8 if fuel's a hot commodity. You know, as much as it's cool, it's also, well, you know.
Well, it's fast.
Yeah.
That's
I was like, you're probably like tripling, maybe quadrupling the amount of resources you're going to need to consume versus if you, I don't know, found a working Corolla or.
which is actually
they-
important to bring up in terms of Max's what happened to his interceptor. Because he's modified the shit out of it since we've last seen it. Which I forgot
how-
to get the pictures of.
I like how they well illustrate the desperation for fuel at the beginning, where like the truck is leaking at the start, and he's just desperately shoving down bowls and buckets and whatever he has around to
Yeah.
just gather
Oh, yeah, that
the
was
fuel
good.
that's dripping.
Even-
He's soaking it up off the pavement with a rag.
Yeah,
It's
even
like-
though the war dog guy is like still looking at him, there's still
Yeah.
danger. He's like, well, we gotta capture it. I need the oil, I need the fuel.
Yeah.
He's like,
West.
well, yeah, and it's his buddy too, because it's like a buggy that was with the war band, like the raiders that were like going after him, and he's just like, well, he's like the fuel's leaking out of this buggy, so I'm taking it, just so you know. And they're sort of at the top of the hill, and by they I mean the red mohawk dude. What's his name again?
His name is Wes, and he's with the Golden Youth.
Wes with the Golden Youth. And he's got like a femboy with him on the back of his bike.
No, it's Wes and the Golden Youth, which is the
Wes
blonde
and the
twink.
the Golden Youth is the femboy.
Yeah, the twink.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, it's not 100% clear as to whether or not Wes and the Golden Youth are together, but it's kind of implied, I suppose.
So
And
there's been
they're like at
on
the
that.
top of a hill, and the way they're looking at each other, you kind of think that any second they're gonna charge at Max and fight, and
Yeah.
they kind of just decide to go away because Max was a problem.
He also has a shotgun that's loaded, so that
Yeah.
probably worries them as well.
Well, actually, that's a point that's brought up later.
Well, right now I think he still has 1 bullet in there, right?
No, it's completely unloaded.
Okay, I thought
And this is-
I thought there was something in between where he shoots 1 more time, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's like a nice thing because at some point he starts threatening someone with the shotgun, and like later in the movie it's like, oh, that was like empty the whole time, and even the guy he was threatening was like, it was empty the whole time. Oh, that's cheap.
Gyro captain.
Yeah. But just great usage of the threat of the shotgun. It's just you would do that because of course you would. It's a
And even just with the little montage, like the recap at the start, when I put on Mad Max 2, like I enjoyed Mad Max 1, but then I started the second one, and just with the little prologue, I already got the sense of like, oh shit, this is gonna be quite good, isn't it? Like,
oh
I
you
immediately was invested. Like, this is gonna be well done.
oh you can tell the production value has upped significantly, like at least 2 times better. Like
Yeah.
the picture is crisper, like everything moves smoother. Uh,
Cinematography is also a lot more elaborate.
exactly. You can
Yes.
tell immediately. It's like, oh, he got
The
some.
costume design.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah. Everything feels tighter, more sophisticated,
oh,
um,
the pacing of this movie is so
punchier.
much better. The
Yeah.
pacing is oh. There's some funny audio stings in this though, to be fair. As the scene that
Yeah.
pops up right now, like with the guy where the driver's reaching out and he's dying, and then Max immediately turns around. There's an hilarious audio sting for that dead body.
like meow.
That
I
pops
like
up like
that. Yeah.
3 times.
Hey, look, the 1970s had just ended, okay?
Yeah.
uh,
It was very cool to watch the first one as well because it adds this dimension to the character in the second one where like he was a lawman
hmm
who remembers what the world was like before it went to shit. I mean,
Yeah, he
obviously
had a
everybody
life.
who's yeah. I mean, obviously the implication is everyone alive in Mad Max 2 probably remembers what the regular world was like, but because like you as an audience member watching the first one know for sure like Mad Max or Max knew what things used to be like, and now it's like he's having to deal with the shit that everything is in now. You wouldn't really get that extra dimension if you didn't watch the first one. I think it enriches the movie.
oh
It's
yeah.
worth checking the first one out just for that
Did
reason alone.
isn't that that's weird? I'm just thinking. Didn't they? Did they see a tweet like a week back or a couple of weeks back where they say they want to do a prequel to Mad Max or something, like an origin story? I'm just like, don't we have that already?
I did not see that tweet.
I feel
They
like
might
I've
have
seen-
Well,
been
I mean, yeah,
talking
that's Mad Max 1, realistically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they want to do another movie that, like, basically remake the original. But, man, like, Mel's alive. Do Mad Max,
Yeah.
old Mad Max, man.
I feel like I've seen
Don't
something like
restart
that,
it.
and people were confused, like, but that's Mad Max 1, though. It exists. I don't even know
Oh.
what to search for it. I was trying to find it, but I don't know what I would be looking for. Just a random tweet
So-
I saw. I don't know.
'Cause I posted the pictures in this group chat we got here. His interceptor has been heavily modified. So he also has a dog now.
He does
By
have a
the way.
dog.
So he's ripped out the
Yeah,
passenger
man.
seat and has a makeshift seat for his dog, who I call Dinky D after the sorry, no cap, didn't bring that up. He's ripped out the back of his interceptors. Has 2 huge fuel tanks now.
Yeah.
He's modified it for nitrous, and well, he hasn't, and he's booby trapped the tanks, as which will be brought up here in a second.
Yeah. What's
That was
this?
my
So-
fault.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I can see
Yeah.
here. That's
See the nitrous tank on the side of the door,
yeah. It's yeah.
and it's
you need
all
need
weather
a lot of
blasted. It's rusted as shit. Beautiful.
because they probably want to have the ability to have as much fuel available as possible. So might as well put some extra gas tanks back in there, and of course the nitro. So yeah, it just looks cool. By the way, it just looks I like these kind of
it-
cars.
Yeah, it's an awesome car.
It's a sick looking car, yeah.
It is iconic, and this is the same car from the first movie too, which is a whole thing. This interceptor's been around the block.
Yeah.
It is currently in a museum in Florida, I believe, but it's been passed around a lot.
Yeah, I probably went for like tons of auctions and stuff where people's like, I want to own this car and look at it
It's
until
failed.
I get bored.
It failed 3 auctions.
Oh, okay.
No one bought it in like 3 auctions. That's why I ended up in a museum because it's that. This is going to be wonderful to say. Road Warrior is effectively a foundation for post-apocalyptic media,
Mm.
and it has been
Yeah,
very
well,
influential.
Fallout owes a lot to this movie.
Yeah,
Right.
I got some pictures of the references for that later. But here, Max stumbles, as shown, Max stumbles upon this gyrocopter in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it's like,
He's
ooh,
like,
that might
"What?"
have fuel. I'm gonna check that out. Because of course you're thrifty in the post-apocalyptic landscape, so this thing might have some gas or something else I could use. And also, this is a real thing. That thing can actually like fly.
Yeah.
It's like an actual flying gyrocopter thingy.
Seemed like a
Yep.
very practical post-apocalypse vehicle.
It is, right? Because I was watching the movie, I've seen it fly, I was like, this looks really real. Like, this is an actual thing. Then I Google's like, holy shit, it is. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? Why aren't we in personal helicopters at this point? What's up?
Well, that's one of the best aspects of both Road Warrior and Fury Road. All those cars are real.
It's all practical and just gives it the charm, dude. It's just you just can't
Well,
replicate it good well
and it
with
looks good.
CGI.
So does anyone know what the deal is with Furiosa? Like, is it CGI or are they still doing the Mad Max stuff?
To my knowledge, it's a combination.
Okay.
No.
The
Let's see.
trailer worries me because it feels like it relies a bit too much on computer images.
It looked very fake.
Yeah, and
I was
that's kind
worried.
of, that's the only reason I kind of stopped looking forward to it because like I thought that a Furiosa movie could work. I'm not crazy about it being a prequel and being like an Anya Taylor-Joy thing. I think it should be a Charlize Theron movie about what happens after Fury Road.
Hmm.
But you know, like I wasn't out, but also it does look kind of poopy in the trailer at least.
Well, I also have to, because how old is George Miller now? He's like pretty old, isn't he? He's like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's almost 80. So
No.
you know they probably had to sneak some stuff in, especially can't have a 80-year-old doing stunt driving.
Well, no,
But
he
if-
wouldn't be doing the driving, obviously. But I like at this point though, they could get him an air-conditioned trailer with like a bed or a couch or whatever he wants to be on, and he could just be like giving people orders through like video monitors.
Well,
Like,
that's,
yeah,
well,
okay,
that's
do
the
that
problem.
again this time.
That's
Try
not-
to
that's
like
not
turn
his
a little bit
style.
that way.
He's
I-
very hands-on.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, well, if you're old, I would prefer that it's only George Miller in the safe room than the entire movie being shot on a green screen, you know? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
if we're making one sacrifice, it's like, how about George Miller just tries to make himself comfortable because he's old as shit? Like, that's
Yeah.
something I'm happier about than, okay, let's have this series that for 40 years has had some of the best practical effects in Hollywood and make like a cartoon comic book version of it, you know?
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see next week.
Yeah, I'll go out and watch it on Thursday. So
Yeah, it seems to be getting a very good reception so far. Just
Yeah,
wish.
I
like-
hope it's good.
Yeah, I mean the fact that there seems to be a lot of CGI is one thing, but then it's also shot in a way that draws attention to the fact that a bunch of shots have VFX in them, and you don't have to do that. You can shoot stuff in a way where the CGI, if you're gonna fall back on that, is a lot less obvious. Like there's some swooping camera shots where it's just like there's like that one shot where Chris Hemsworth's hanging off some conveyor belt and all these bullets are like falling down past him, and just
Yeah.
the nature of the camera movement just draws your eye to the fact like those bullets aren't real,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
It's-
we'll see how that.
I wonder
that
if it's
goes.
trying to emulate the Fury Road's camera work, but because most of Fury Road was practical, it doesn't look as good. So it brings focus onto the CGI when it in the Fury Road it was practical, so it wasn't as much as an issue.
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about the sandstorm in Fury Road. I'll say that much.
I don't even remember that. I need to definitely rewatch
like,
that
it-
because
it just-
I watched it when it came out and it's like I guess it was kind of fun and had no feelings about it whatsoever. So
Oh, I didn't mind the tornado. I was more the obvious. why would you edit blue on everything to be night? What the hell?
Oh yeah, the kind of day for night shit they did.
Yeah, oh my god, that looked terrible compared to later in this movie.
The CGI, even if it's obvious, doesn't bother me that much as long as I get the sense that as much was done practically as possible,
Mhm.
you know. And then in editing, it's just like, we really need something here to help this shot. Like, I'm totally okay with that.
Oh yeah, like that was brought up in Fury Road, that huge sand tornado doesn't look the
Yeah.
best, but those cars driving in it and crashing, oh, that's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd
Right,
rather
yeah.
see it without the sand tornado.
Well, how else are they supposed to crash?
I
Flying through
don't
the
know.
sky.
That I'm just saying that wasn't my favorite part of that movie. I thought that whole action scene was a lot better before the tornado.
Yeah, that's fair. But going back to Road Warrior,
Yeah. He got
Gyro
the
Captain completely buried into the sand pops up out of it.
yeah. It's kind of
He's
fun
a
because
great character though.
Max goes up to it and there's a snake on it and just kind of grabs it real fast because he's good reflexes. And we learn later that the gyro captain actually trained the snake apparently.
And he has more
Wow.
than one.
More
which
than
is
one,
hilarious.
yeah. I like the
It's a viable tactic. Just being in a tiny helicopter and dropping snakes on people.
oh yeah, or just have the snakes on the helicopter so every time someone wants to grab it, they just get poisoned and die, as it happens later in the movie. Actually, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the funniest thing too is he's buried in the sand. He has a little mirror reflector on his hat,
mm-hmm.
so he can see when someone's walking up to the copter. And he has his nose plugged up,
Yep.
so he doesn't get sand in his nose.
Yeah, because he's basically just breathing through like a tube that he uses for air. It's yeah, it's very. I like this whole interaction. Not only because of the character, like the character is super fun. Like the gyro captain, he's cool. He's pretty fun, but also you don't just have like some stupid idiot being like, "Haha, look how goofy I am." It's like, no, he's actually thrifty and knows what's going on. Like he constantly keeps his eyes on Max. When he goes down to, he's like, well, if you want to go and grab, it's like a back and forth between the two. Like who's gonna get the upper hand here at the end? Because he makes him drop all his weapons. Then they go up to the car. It's like, oh, you probably don't want to touch that. It's booby trapped, so everything is gonna go boom. It's like, well, deactivated. And then he goes under the car and starts grabbing like a knife. And the gyro captain is like, oh, you seem smart. If I would be you, I'd have a weapon down there. So he goes like up super close to him, and then I have to pin you to the car. So
Yeah.
Max has like no chance to actually use the knife he has there, and he just deactivates the thing. And then before he can open the door, like the dog saves him, and that's the end of it. It's just nice to see that our protagonist has to work and have to be smart to do things and use all the things he has, and just having a counterpart that's also not just a bumbling retard, you know. So like, yeah, he's been surviving this whole time, so he has like one or two tricks up his sleeve, and yeah, it's a good interaction. I like it a lot.
I agree. Yeah, it's great when the quality of writing is such that, you put your protagonist up against really competent enemies that are sort of thinking about tactically about everything that they do. And then
A battle.
what do they do to like get the upper hand? Yeah. And then the dog comes in. It's a good scene, yeah.
A battle of the wits will always be more satisfying when both of the participants seem like they have wits.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I hate to bring this comparison up, but it's like the difference between Old Country for Old Men and Sherlock Holmes, where you have Anton rents a room, see right next
Yeah.
to where all his enemies are, checks out to see the weaknesses of the room, takes out 3 guys perfectly fine, versus Sherlock Holmes, who stumbles in and sets up all these elaborate things from a book he read 10 years ago while high on opium.
God, I need to rewatch
Jesus.
those
Wait till I
movies.
tell you about Dale Cooper.
Yeah,
watching Twin Peaks.
yeah. It's because it's a smart person writing versus someone who thinks they're smart writing.
Yeah, you're talking about
Actually,
the Guy Ritchie movies, right? Robert Downey Jr.
it can be, or
Oh,
the
okay.
original books, because they got some of
Oh,
that.
okay.
Because they got some of that in there too.
In the BBC
Whereas-
ones?
No, I like in the original
books.
writing.
Oh, in like the Arthur
Yeah.
Conan Doyle books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like, well, you see, I knew he was gay because I had this faint whiff of cock on his mouth, and obviously this guy is doing this whatever thing because of this book I read 10 years ago that gave you this information about this specific thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did this randomly work out in this situation specifically?
Yeah. So yeah, Max gets the upper hand, and he's like, no, don't kill me. I know how you can get like all the gas you could ever need. I've been looking at like a camp that's been mining oil and refining it to fuel. And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. You're just bullshitting. He's like, no, I'll show you where. And it's kind of fun because Max is a man of few words. he just holds the knife to his throat. It's like, where? Where it's like, it's over there. It's like, okay, bring me there. And
Yeah.
then they drive in. There's a lot of fun things in here because we see them driving, and you just have I'm just gonna show it on the screen here. You have Max built this contraption with the dog being in charge of the trigger of the shotgun.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, because the gyro captain is just strapped in there.
He's so scared too. He's just like, oh my god, like this.
And the
kid goes-
best part is, too, as they're driving, there's a rabbit on the road.
Yeah, I was about to get there exactly. Because
And the gyro captain's like, oh my god.
yeah, he goes like, good doggy, good doggy, good doggy.
Please don't notice the rabbit.
Well, the thing is, the
and
dog does notice the rabbit. That's why he's like, "Oh God, I'm screwed now." But the dog's like, "I don't care. Like I've been,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. It's just a rabbit.
I've been trained well." And he
I got a
just,
job.
I think he just goes like, "Bless you, dog." This is really relieved. This is really fun. It's just the way he's trapped in there just looks really bad. Imagine being the guy
It's so funny.
looking down the barrel. Oh, and then later figuring out that this thing was never loaded. He used up all his shots like days ago.
Right.
It's just fun stuff. You see, you can do comedy without ruining your movie. Isn't that fantastic?
Right. Yeah.
It's just fun. It's just like, there's the rabbit. He looks at it, he's like, oh fuck. Oh no, don't do anything. He's like, oh, good. He's trained. And there's just this little smile from Max when he notices it. It's just like,
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah, it's a good point. You don't have to have your characters do something nonsensical to be funny.
Yeah.
You know? You can make jokes out of what makes sense for them to be doing.
Yeah, that's why when you have like robot characters, like I think I remember like Rogue One, like the robot, he was like funny just because he was acting like a robot and just doing like all the logical things and says them. It's like these things like, oh,
Right.
you have like a 7% chance of winning. It's like, well, that's not helping. Thank you. And if you like put it in the right place, it can like be really funny and charming.
Well, RoboCop is pretty funny too.
Oh yeah.
It's
Like,
true,
oh.
yeah.
He's the best of us being cyborgs.
But yeah, good stuff. But yeah, they make their way to the big old camp, and this is basically the focus of the movie here. We have this camp that has like one oil rig in the middle. Also has camels, which is, I don't know, I just found it funny. They have like random camels in there as well. And yeah, basically, there's like 30 men in there. They're mining the oil day in, day out. And I think the Jerrican goes like ka-chunk, ka-chunk or something, like makes the noise for the thing. And yeah, they're just protecting this thing. It's just another nice thing, by the way. it just looks so nice. They build like basically these barricades. They have like they dug a ditch around the thing. They use an old school bus with like a metal plate as a door, so people can just drive in. They have like flamethrowers, which I find kind of silly, but I'm okay with it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
But
at
it
the same
also-
time, if they're refining oil, then they've got a pretty decent amount of ammo for
Oh, absolutely.
flamethrowers.
But it never
Yeah,
looks.
So they have it to waste.
I just find it funny because if you look here, it doesn't look very effective in this shot. Like he just kind of shoots it to nowhere. It's just I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I like the detail that it's a school bus. Like they could have just used any bus. but
Yeah.
Specifically a school bus with that steel ballistic shielding on one side. It's
Yeah.
a nice touch.
Yeah, they basically
Yeah, 'cause
just use it as a gate and
square.
just drive it back and forth if when they need it, need to open. And
Yeah.
yeah, you can see here they built this oil rig here. It looks really good. Like it's obviously not a real one, of course, but it's just like yeah, it looks good. It like it rotates like you would expect to. It's like a really good physical prop. It's just great shit. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I believe the actual location is like an old chemical plant that they just bought out so they could blow it up.
Nice.
So thankfully they didn't have to do a whole ton of work to really change everything.
Yeah, someone chat just pointed out flamethrower ammo easier for them to get than bullets. Yeah, absolutely. I just found it funny in this shot specifically because no one is close and just kind of shoots the flames in the air. And I was like, what are you doing? I don't know what you're doing.
That's how you know. That's how you know this movie's unrealistic. They have guns and it's Australia.
They have a lot of bows too, though. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One hell of a boomerang.
Oh god. That. Oh.
That one is yeah, it's a boomerang. Oh right, I should probably put the copyright flame on there. But yeah, it's like yeah, there's 30 people. They're doing the mining day in and day out, but they're currently also being besieged by the scavengers. And one of those scavengers is the guy he met in the beginning. The big old I just kept calling him War Dog because Lord Humongous kept calling him War Dog or something. So
Yeah, his name is Wes. Just WES.
Oh, okay.
It's very simple.
It's actually with a Z at the end. WEZ.
Oh, is it a Z?
Oh wow, he's a real
Yeah.
gamer.
Whoops.
Wes.
Yeah.
You called
Wes,
why'd you
yeah.
call it Wes? Wes?
Wiz.
I just went based off the subtitles, which I thought was an S. Who knows? Probably a Z, knowing this. Considering the guy's name is Lord Humongous.
Lord Humongous. Humongous what?
Yeah, I was
Doesn't-
thinking it too.
I could just but yeah, this is Lord Humongous. He's not really humongous, he's very beefy. He's a beefy boy. He's muscular.
Wears a hockey mask the whole time. Dude, the veins on his head are popping out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's clearly very injured though. Like he's,
Yeah, he has like
he's
a
been
fucked up
through a
face or
lot.
something.
There's a reason he wears the hockey mask.
Yeah.
But he's the big boss man of these scavengers, and they're besieging the thing because they want the oil. They want the oil, of course, because that's important to have in this world. So they're just kind of. Yeah, go ahead.
I love the larger than life characters. Like Humongous is probably the shining example of that.
Yeah.
In this movie, where like the outfit is so fucking ridiculous. But it's like it in a world like this, you can kind of believe the need for theatrics, like because there is a utility in scaring people. Right?
Yep.
Like if you want to be the boss, you gotta project that image. So it's like fuck hockey mask, fucking jacked. Let everyone see your muscles.
Yeah.
And like the fact that it's all like sort of BDSM gear, it's like fuck, this guy looks unhinged. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
it really makes you think that like SA is on the table if you let these guys, if you don't just walk away from these guys. Like understand, we're not just gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And not only that, it completely contrasts with his voice, which is like calm.
Yes.
Just
Confident.
walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it even applies to his vehicle. His vehicle has megaphones strapped to it. which was so funny. Trying to hear the dialogue of him constantly talking in the background, and it's so quiet. He's like, Just give up your stuff.
Yeah.
I will let you live.
Good stuff. Yeah, it's fun. Like the world building in this is just really fun. But yeah, they're now just camping out up on the hill and just observing the situation and treat themselves with some dog food, some
Yeah,
nice
some dinky D.
some delicious dinky D. Is that a real brand, by the way?
I don't think so. I think it was made up for the movie.
I don't know.
Rocky, have you ever had Dinky D? I've got a puppy right here.
But it's a great fake name for dog food because you sort of believe it would be a real thing. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't sound made up.
Very Australian.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the fake dog brand in what's it called? 101 Dalmatians. Forget what it's
I
called.
can't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, it's been too long for me. Any version. Even the Emma Stone one.
Oh God, I don't know about that.
Didn't see it. My mom liked
God.
it.
She shouldn't have.
Yeah,
I didn't see
I
it.
could not get on board with that movie. Like thematically, it just felt like poison. You know.
I thought that the idea of Cruella de Vil's origin being that her mother was killed by a band of rabid Dalmatians was fucking hilarious.
It was,
And
that movie was
then
really
she
stupid.
gets to at the end and doesn't kill them. She sends them to the people. She set up to kill the children of later. Oh my
I've
God,
not
that
seen the
movie's
movie, so
terrible.
I can't really speak too deeply of it. I
Oh
just
my
heard about
God.
the pack of Dalmatians killed her mother, so that's funny, man. Like that's
Yeah.
really funny.
Well, you can
You
watch
gotta
the
watch
EFAT.
the EFAT movies.
Yeah, we did a double feature, the
Triple.
original and the triple. Right. We watched the original animated one, then the 2000
Close one?
something one, and then the Cruella one. God, that was
Yeah, it's got some amusing
Ugh.
parts in it, but overall it felt mean-spirited. You know, at the heart of it. I really didn't like that.
Yeah, it's not what you want.
no, it was awful. It was really bad. There was some good memes we could do, I think. So
And obviously, like mean-spirited in contradiction to the original 101 Dalmatians
Oh,
animated film, which is a
100%.
very sweet movie.
yeah,
And it's gorgeous. Oh,
Yeah.
the hand-drawn style is beautiful.
But you
Yeah.
don't understand the rich lady.
yeah.
Yes,
me
I
too.
do. She's evil. That's all you
Yeah.
need to know.
No, you just don't get it.
Also, I don't know what they put in this dog food can, but it does look like proper dog food.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson, I think he did it. He'd just be like, yeah, no, give me the real stuff.
Go
Fucking
grab me a
hell,
can
dude.
of Dinky D. I'll eat it. Don't worry.
I'm supposed to be eating dog food. I'm gonna eat dog food.
And this is another part of the humor too. Is like the dog lazily turns. He's like, "Is that food for me?" And then the gyrocopter dude pulls out a wooden spoon out of his pocket.
yeah. This is the dog and the gyro captain's faces. By the way, very cute dog. I hope nothing bad
Yeah.
happens to him.
Yeah.
Aw.
You know,
You know, apparently he was gonna get put down, the dog, and then the production took him
Aw,
and then used him
Oh.
for the movie.
that's
And then
nice.
he was adopted after that.
And then they shot them with a
Oh,
crossbow
he's a
for
good
real.
boy.
Oh, God.
Oh God. Mel Gibson's like, I know.
No, don't put him
We're
down. We
doing
got
this
this.
for real. Huh? If I ate the dog food, damn it, we're killing the dog.
Oh man.
What a great end for that dog. You think he's on his way out, and then he gets immortalized forever in one of the best action movies ever made.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
right? Oh man.
But yeah. Mag's enjoying some food, and then he just kind of throws it back to the dog, and then Gyro Captain just gets the scraps later as well. So they all get a little bit of food.
I'm amazed the dog left food for him. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the dog couldn't reach into the can that far, so he just had to give up. I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, but
It's possible the dog's trained to not eat all that much, especially if food is scarce.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But Max ends up staying up there for like a day, watching.
Yeah, a day or two even. They stay there for sure. So yeah, I mean they're just kind of checking out what's going on, but at some point the scavengers are like, okay, we're out of here. Um, we had enough siege for now, but also there's a couple of cars leaving from the camp, and we learn that these guys are out there, or they leave in order to find a vehicle to haul the big old tanker they have, because we also learned from the gyro captain. It's like, yeah, they're gonna fill that thing up and want to go to like some, I don't know, some promised land that has all the nice stuff without any of the old killing and graping going on. Far, far away from like 2,000 miles or something. And that's
So
the plan.
another thing I really appreciate about this film is like whenever it depicts nudity or like extreme gore, somebody like fried or melted or whatever, it shows you it very briefly. It doesn't hang on it
Right.
in a way that feels like exploitative or like, you know, overindulgent. Like it's just there to like make this world feel more sinister, and you see it as long as you need to. That's it. Even if it's just a quick flash, like that corpse that drops out of the car, I think near the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just see like his face for like a fraction of a second.
Yeah,
That's
and
all
His
you need to
eyes are
see.
bulging out.
yeah, you can see it's like
Yeah.
bloated. It's been in there for a while, so
Right. Yeah.
that's one of the things where it's like, oh, my imagination can do much better than whatever they could depict, and
Yes.
that can work very well if you just like imply what is going on, and then your brain fills in the rest. That can work. It can be really effective in a movie.
Thought there was
Yeah.
one funny bit too where a car drives past a tent really fast, the tent gets blown away, and there was two people having sex in it.
Oh yeah, that's towards the end when Max comes
Yeah.
back with the truck. They're
Oh,
like,
right.
hey, some privacy.
Excuse me.
Funniest part is the guy looks like he's looked directly into the camera. He's confused, like what?
They were actually fucking for real. It wasn't part of the movie.
Yeah.
They were like,
Yeah.
whoa, oh shit, no. We were shooting, damn it.
I just told this girl I could get her onto the set of the next Mad Max movie. And, one thing led to another.
Right.
Yeah,
But yeah,
next morning.
well, the next morning, exactly. The scavengers are just kind of chilling, just not doing circles around the thing. And we, as I said, there's like a couple of cars leaving from the settlement with the plan, as we learn a little bit later, to find a big old vehicle to tow the tanker. And one of them is getting chased by Wes, the big old war dog man. And well, they shut him down, make him flip over. Is there like 2 or 3 people in there? It's at least 2. Like
Two.
one lady who doesn't get killed instantly. She gets a bit of you know, the good old grapes and stuff. Don't ban us, YouTube. That's just what happens in the movie.
Hey, we're using the code words even though it's silly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the other one gets basically pinned to the car with like 2 bolts, and yeah, Max just goes there as soon as it is kinda safe to go, because obviously he's not gonna just jump right in there, because that's just a death sentence. He knows he has no ammo or anything, and I think he probably would like to help immediately, especially because he had a wife and a child, so he can probably relate to to what is happening and wants to do. Actually, I don't know. Let's talk about this, because I'm actually not sure. Because on one hand, I could totally believe that he would want to jump in and save the lady, because of what happened in the first movie, where he saw like some lady got sexually abused like multiple times, and then they kind of save her after the fact when it happened. But on the other hand, it's been years and years now, and he might be desensitized and just kind of looking out for himself, which I kind of get more the vibe of in this movie. Because I think the point the movie is trying to make at the end is like, oh, you probably should kind of help some people. It's going to help you in the long run or something. I don't know. That's another discussion. But what do you guys think?
He's pragmatic, and that is He's the wandering hero archetype, basically.
Hmm.
He does what he has to, whether he necessarily wants to or not. A bit as in far later in the movie, Whedon, he basically wants to drive the rig because what else is he gonna do?
Yeah.
So in this case, he essentially has to let it play it out, whether he wants to or not. But it's also the best option to let it play out so he can get in the compound.
Right. Yeah, I'm more on that side as well. It's just something I was kind of thinking about because he comes from law enforcement, but that was like years and years and years ago, and then his family got killed, and then he's just like, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna do my thing and try to survive as much as I can.
Yeah, I was gonna say the death of his family is probably factoring into that a bit too. I don't know if the lady you were talking about is the same lady. Was there another lady in the first movie? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it's like those
the
two.
one where they arrest Johnny Boy in the
Oh,
beginning.
Yeah, the two
Right.
hippies that flee from the other guys that celebrate Knight Rider after he died, and then they just kind of chase them around. I think they kill the guy, and the lady just gets.
No, you see the guy running. That's where they find the crashed car. They see the guy.
Oh, the guy's
running.
running. Yeah, I think he's like a
And
red
he-
ass and everything because he
Yes,
got also
probably got raped in the
some
butt.
fun question mark.
there's someone saying in chat that the wife didn't die, but I think the implication is that she's on her way to dying. Like she gets brought into the hospital with severe, like internal injuries.
Oh
So
yeah,
she's
yeah.
technically alive, but they're saying I think there's a line suggesting that she's not going to make it.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
like,
so
you're
the,
meant
the,
to
the,
basically assume that she's dead.
yeah, the kid died. As they put it,
Instantly.
the kid was DOA, dead on arrival.
Right. Yeah.
And they do say they would be able to fix the wife, but I guess she died or he just fucked off. I don't know. It's kind of unclear
she's
what happens to her at the end.
Well, she's dead because the beginning of this movie is Max standing over two graves
That's
with crosses in front of him.
that's
So,
a fair point.
so he probably buried them both after taking care of the villain of the first movie, whose name I didn't bring up was Toe Cutter.
Right, yeah, Toe Cutter. That's a name. Knight
Ooh,
Rider,
by the
much
way.
better name than Toe
Yeah,
Cutter.
Yeah,
And
so
the
Toe
actor
Cutter's
is in a-
actor.
Yeah.
That actor is Immortan Joe in Fury Road.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Fun stuff. But yeah, they kind of wait for that time. Also, this is this kind of fun scene because the gyro captain has like like one of these extendable
Telescope.
telescope, right? Yeah. And Max just looks is like, the fuck? Actually, give me that.
That was
did-
funny. Yeah.
Which that makes me think right now, like, Max, did you not pat him down, you fucking idiot? He has all this stuff on his. He has the spoon. He's got the telescope. Like, did you not strip him whatsoever? Did you just lock him up and
Yeah.
just drag him? What are you
Max
doing,
is
man?
so against graping people that he doesn't even strip search them.
He did not give consent, and I don't have a warrant.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's all happening. The team of scavengers fuck off, except one guy. Like he's, I don't know, I guess he's still putting back his clothes on from having his way with the lady, and killing her. I think they just he just puts a bolt in her face, and then she's dead. Talking about bolts, he has a bolt cutter actually. When he gets down there, Max, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" and just kind of, knocks him in the face and kills him. The one scavenger that's left. I don't know why it's so funny, but the way the scavenger just looks like it's like, hi. I don't know why. I don't know. It just cracked me up, and then he just gets fucking knocked dead.
He's like, maybe be gentle.
He's like, hey,
Yeah.
sorry. and he grabs like his crossbow or tries to, but he can just get knocked down immediately. But yeah, obviously Max's plan here, as has already been pointed out here, he's like, hey, don't worry, I'm gonna save you, but also I need gas, so can you give me something for me saving you? It's like, oh, you can have all the fuel you can carry, just get me back there. And that he does. He drives all the way over there. This is where we see the little feral kid for the first time. Is it just me, or does this guy seem kind of out of place? I don't know. I found him weird.
I mean, you get the twist at the end, though. Then.
Well, yeah, he becomes like the new leader of the the place,
I mean, more
wherever
than
they
that,
go.
it's him. Like, we're watching his version of this story.
I guess so. Yeah.
He's the narrator.
Yeah, so my only assumption is his parents got killed like 2 years ago, and he just lived by himself. Because I don't know how old this kid is. He could be like 7 or some shit.
Oh, he looks like he's like 5 at the most.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say he's a late bloomer 7, because it's only been 2 or 3 years. So his parents probably died when he was 5, and he probably just grew up a little feral, and this group of people just took him in.
I don't know. He's nonverbal. He might have been on his own since he was like, I don't know, 3.
Maybe. Well,
Possibly, yeah.
I quite like the character. I like that the kid sort of represents the next generation based on what the world has become. Just like not being able to speak, just speaking in grunts and yeah, just acting feral. And then also being like a useful sidekick to Max throughout. Like he does the dog calls. And I'm just like, that's pretty cool. I like that.
well, the kid's
then,
not stupid either. He has the glove to
he's
catch the boomerang.
Yeah.
Right. And then obviously like he does the narration at the end, which is a great
And the beginning.
and the beginning, right.
Yeah,
Or
that's what I
it's
mean.
just
It's
like,
kinda
oh,
like he was telling the story the whole time.
Yeah, there's hope for that world's generation of kids to like, you know, they're not
Go
going to
from
be feral their whole lives. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
to come
grew
back.
up to be quite articulate. Like he's sort of a symbol for the hope that humanity has no matter how bad things get. I quite like that.
Yeah. Fair points. Where was? Oh yeah,
Also,
he's
that backflip makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
yeah.
That kid's pretty spry.
I
Yeah.
wonder if that was like another actor who they made look prospectively short to do that.
So yeah, Max.
I mean,
brings-
considering the
go
amount of dialogue the kid had, you could probably just put out the casting call and be like, yeah, we need kids around this age that are good gymnasts.
Right. Yeah, Max brings the guy here. And it's like, I want the gas. I had a contract with this guy. And then the leader man is like, well, the guy is fucking dead. Whatever contract you had, it died with him. He's like, damn it. And then I guess the wasteland savagery comes out. It's like, well, get rid of the guy. Fuck him. We're gonna keep his car. But before they can even do anything, the scavengers are back. No! They're here to fuck your day up. And
No.
All right, Metal. We forgot to bring up the names of some of the groups that Humongous has.
oh, you're right. Okay, hang on. I need to.
I haven't written down. You gotta bring up the screenshots.
Oh,
I'll just wait. for
Can
those.
you throw the screenshots in here? I can't really change tabs in Discord without
Oh right, yeah, okay.
cocking up the overlay. So there's some fun things you don't really hear when you just listen to it, but I had my subtitles on, and you can
As
hear
you should
out of the
always.
speakers, you can hear like the group names of the scavengers, and I was laughing pretty hard when I read that.
Smegma.
So
The Smegma crazies. And
hang
the
on,
Gay
don't
Boy
spoil it.
Berserker.
No, it's not on screen yet.
John said it first. I blame him. I'm just
Now
going.
everyone's afraid that you're going to post a picture that gives reference to the smack.
So yeah, this is what you hear over the thing. So one group is called the Smegma Crazies. And the other one is called the Gay Boy Berserkers.
I mean, that like considering how they're dressed, I think that's an appropriate name.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I still did not expect it. I read it and was like, oh, of course they're called this way.
And the funniest part is they are like distinctive groups from each other. When you look at all the people within Humongous's army, you could see there are like 4 or 5 distinctive groups. Only 2 of them get names, but like the Smegma Crazies are like mostly motorcyclists and have the cop cars that you see in the first Mad Max movie.
Yeah.
So they're probably former cops. And the Gay Boy Berserkers all have those little dune buggies with animal skins all over them.
And leather daddy outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you hear 2 crazy gang names, you get it. That alone is enough to get a sense of, okay, they've all got fucking wacky names like this. Like, it's funny. Everything's turned up to 11.
There's a joke about that in Hard Justice too.
Right.
Oh,
Dude,
right.
I think, by the way, John, Brain Splooge had me in fucking tears. I don't know why. That got me so hard. You want some brain splooge? It's like, what? It's so good.
We'll see how you feel by lunch.
It's basically just my nuke from RoboCop 2. It's just like, what's a fucking dumbass name for a crazy drug that's hit the streets, you know, and it's got everybody like tweaked, you know.
Fucking great.
Bringing that up because I was looking at that. The main villain in the Mad Max game, which is the non-canon prequel to Fury Road. Gonna post that here.
Wasn't it like supposed to be a canon prequel, and then there was like a licensing issue with the people making the game and the people making the movie, so they had to like make it not look like Tom Hardy anymore, and I remember there being some weird thing like that where it was originally supposed to be a tie-in, but then it was just no, it's just Mad Max in video game form. It's a different interpretation of the franchise.
Scrotus. That's the main villain's guy apparently. Name.
It's even better. Scabrous Scrotus.
Can feel it in my scrot.
And it's even funnier because when you look into the bio, he mentions one of the people he killed is forget how you say it, but
okay, hang on. I'll read it out. Scabro Scrotus, son of Immortan Joe, brother to Rictus Erectus, is a feared, ruthless warlord and anointed protector of Gastown. Speed muscle feels has made him a perfect killing machine. In training, he killed his first combatant at the age of 7. He continued his conquest, slaying enemies, sparring partners alike. In his early teens, he honed his skill on death. Okay, that's where this stops. But yeah.
So one of the names that's mentioned in these bios is the name that is Chris Hemsworth's character in the new Furiosa movie.
Oh, okay.
So
well, I mean, like if they're gonna set it in Mad Max lore, they might as well, connect it to it.
Stuff. So, and in those bios, that guy is mentioned as well. He's already dead by the time of the game, but he was a motorcycle warlord.
Oh, okay.
Before he was taken over. So I don't know if they're gonna use that for the next movie.
Rictus Erectus is a great name. I'm using it for a D&D villain.
The question is, do they have the balls to bring back the Gay Lord Berserkers? Or the Gay Boy Berserkers?
By the way, Mad Max game. So much fun. Made by the Just Cause studio.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I should give that a shot. I've never played that. It came out at the exact same day as Metal Gear Solid 5. That was probably not a great call marketing-wise.
Yeah, it got buried, unfortunately. The driving, great. However, I love the Batman-style combat better. Cause I like it better than the Arkham games, because in the Arkham games, it's just Batman. Oh, I broke this goon's arm. I'll just leave him unconscious on the ground as he has internal bleeding. And I didn't kill him. And Mad Max just fucking
now let's
pummels
fucking
the
kill
shit
'em.
out of people.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I guess it was
and-
kind of the same in Warcraft. God, I did it again. Lord of the Rings, Arkham game, Shadows of Mordor. Like
Right.
that was like, it was like, oh, it's like Arkham, but I can kill people. Look at this.
Yeah, with the Mad Max game, oh my, because you get a combo meter, and the more combos you do, you unlock more attacks that happen naturally, and you get a Fury mode, and then you have Max doing crazy shit like fucking suplex a motherfucker on his head, break
Nice.
his neck. Dude, it's so good.
Not enough games have suplexes or wrestling moves. Make it known.
Oh man,
So
And
that game has a hand-to-hand combat system.
it's like the Arkham. It's like Batman's Arkham.
Okay, cool.
It's oh man, it's so much fun. And the driving is great. You got a companion in that. His name's Chum Bucket. He's in that.
I remember that name, yeah.
Yeah, he's in that GIF I posted in the beginning of this thing. He's little deformed hunchback. He's the creator of the Magnum Opus because the interpreter gets taken in the beginning, and the Magnum Opus is a car based on the name that you get to customize from part 2, find and unlock. And I fucking hate Chum Bucket so much, but he can shoot. He ends up making you a sniper, a harpoon for the Magnum Opus, so you can rip the doors or the wheels off of other vehicles. Or if you're good at aiming, you can shoot the harpoon, hit the driver, yank him out.
Nice.
Game's so much fun.
Oh, I should probably. I've said earlier this week that Rax is going to be here. He was supposed to be here, but something came up, unfortunately. So he had to. He was in the call. He was like, he's going to be able to be around for a while, but then he had to leave like the exact second I wanted to go live. So he might pop up randomly when he's back earlier. So yeah, he was basically ready, but then something came up. Just life happened. Nothing bad or anything. He made that clear, so he just had to do something else, unfortunately. Right.
I have Jojo. Jojo's here.
Oh no! It's upset because the scavengers are surrounding the settlement.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scavengers are back, but this time they have all the guys who went out to look for a car or a towing truck or whatever. They're just on the front of the cars. Like some of them stretched over the hood. Some of them, I don't even know how to explain it. It looks like a like a forklift thingy. They just put them on there. Actually, I can just show it on screen.
Tied to the front like posts, yeah, kind of
Right,
like Tom
right.
Hardy was tied to the vehicle in Fury Road.
Yeah, and it's just there's kind of bangs like, "Don't shoot us," but the other guy is more like, "No, just don't give him anything. Kill them, give him anything." He's like all for the cause. It's just also just a nice little thing where like characters have like different opinions, even though they have like a small role, their own little character going on. It's like the one guy being scared and is like, "Please save us," and the other one's like, "No, fuck those guys, kill them all.
Yeah.
We've been working so hard for this." And again, just looking at this on screen right as well, those are all real cars and real people, and it just looks so charming. Like the things they have on them, like the guy just having these weird pelts on them, and some, I don't know, like an old hoodie or whatever. Also, by the way, when became what time was it when I guess like football armor got like the wasteland armor thingy or like
Probably from this movie.
this is so weird because it's been used for so
it's a pretty
long.
obvious conclusion to come to. If it's like, hey, we need something to armor ourselves up that's easy to find, that doesn't involve us having to break into a police station or a military facility. Like you can find football pads anywhere, and they will protect you from like people swinging a baseball bat at you, for example, or at least
Yeah.
more so than if you didn't have anything on.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, they arrive, and then the guy here to the right, I don't even know if he ever gets a name. He's like the announcer guy. He's there.
He is the toady.
The toady. Okay.
Oh yeah, right.
He's like, Lord Humongous is here. Praise him. He's the Ayatollah of rock and rolla. It's like, goddamn, what a
The Lord of the Wasteland.
the Lord of the Wasteland.
He's a little crier boy.
It's kind of fun. But yeah, it's like, yeah, talk to the guys, and this is basically what he tells them. It's like, well, I'll give you all a day. You can just give us everything. We'll give you safe passage, and you can do whatever you want. We just want everything. And yeah, they also yeah, go ahead.
In the middle of making this deal, the Pharaoh kid, being annoyed, chucks the boomerang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the Wes just kind of, I think he headbutt the one guy who keeps begging for mercy. And that's when the Pharaoh kid just gets
the
annoyed.
guy that let him kill them.
Yeah, and he throws this very sharp boomerang, as you would get them in Australia, of course. That's just that's like a household item.
Yes, because they're made to kill kangaroos, I believe.
And it just wait, how does it, oh, does it throw it a second time? Hang on, I'm just looking at the thing here right now. So he throws it. I think Wes dodges it, and then he throws it back right after he gets. No, he throws it the second time. No, I was right. I was just impatient. So the first
one
time
guy gets killed, one guy gets his fingers cut off.
Yeah. So he throws it the first time. The guy Wes dodges it, and then
Kills
the Pharaoh kid throws it the second time, and he just kind of fucking knocks it right into the Twink man's face. And
That's
kills
a great
him.
impact too. That's a great kill.
Just I just have it on the screen here.
Perfectly in the groove.
Yeah. And
goodbye, golden youth.
yeah, we hardly knew ye. Literally, I have no idea.
I bet you Wes did.
Oh yeah, probably very intimately, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And then it rages Wes, and he just throws it back really hard, but obviously he doesn't seem to know how this works because it just comes back. And then what was it, the goatee? The toady? The toady. He's like, I got it. He just kind of gets his fingers chopped off. And everyone of the scare is like, what an idiot. It's just kind of laughing at him.
Another practical effect that's quite well done. The fingers coming off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and John, here, just for you, I'll put it on screen. The nice little backflip.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Look at him go.
He just crawls into a hole, which
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one else found. Then again, they wouldn't fit, but...
Boom, there they go, the fingers. It was like, yeah, and then the little fairy goes like, woo! Just crawls into his little cave, back into the camp. It's funny, it's fun. And the toadie's even like, but then it's like, whatever. Like, also, by the way, the weird drug that is like in Fury Road that they put like on their teeth, that's not a thing at all yet, right?
No,
When does
that's
that?
a Immortan Joe thing. That's just... It's not even a drug. It's literally
It's
a
just
spray
paint?
can.
Oh, I thought it was like
Yeah,
also a
spray
drug.
paint.
It's chrome, right?
Yeah, it's literally spray chrome on their face. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they always go
They
like,
do it for their ritual.
I thought they go like ham mode after this, so I always thought it would like be a drug as well. Well, I guess they're just crazy.
Well, I mean, if you can get high if you huff paint if you really want.
That's
but
true, yeah.
No, it'll happen anyways.
It's because of this chrome sprays association with vehicles, and I guess they all worship vehicles in that crazy world.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Uh.
Yeah, because essentially they're dying to go to Valhalla, which is I don't know how Mortar Joe got all that shit going. But with this, because the Pharaoh Kid interrupted the talk with the deal, Wes goes crazy, wants them all dead,
It's like,
and that's when
I'm gonna kill everyone. And then he gets choked out by Lord Humongous. He's like, no, we're doing it my way. And when we're done with this, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, which, by the way, it's very specific dialogue. we will make them think
Yeah.
of letting them go, and then you can have your revenge. Which means they're probably going to chase them down and kill them
Oh, yeah.
after they go back on the deal. Probably specifically because the Golden Youth died. I imagine Humongous probably might have been fine with the deal
Mhm.
if Feral Kid hadn't just ruined it.
Yeah. It's also kind of funny that the the guys in the camp just look at this all happening. It's like, what the fuck? I don't what? But yeah, the Lord Humongous chokes out Wes and it's like, well, let's fuck off for now and let them decide. You have 24 hours. And like, well, fuck you guys. And it's like if like, see, this is like small things that I just wish we would still do, because you have a camp of like 30, 35 people, and to me it's like, oh, maybe we should take the deal, and other ones are going like, no, we've been working years for this, and like, fuck those guys, we're gonna defend ourselves as best as can. If we go down, we go down. It's like, yeah, different people have different opinions and lenses they view these scenarios through, and of course there's going to be a subset of people who's like, yeah, let's fucking take the deal, I don't want to die, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. It's just small little discussions that happen, because of course they would.
Right, yeah.
And you have like other things, I'm just, what was it? Oh, there was something recent where I was like, why is everybody on board of this immediately? I can't think of it. There was like a recent example, I think I talked about it when it happened as well. But it's like
Every movie. Every
yeah,
modern
yeah.
movie. Oh, Rebel Moon.
Oh yeah, it was definitely, yeah, it was probably Rebel Moon, where it was like, okay, yeah, let's just go fight or something.
Oh, I heard Rebel Moon's really good.
Oh,
No.
you're fired.
Nah, I'm fucking with you, I'm fucking with you.
I know.
No one said that, like, ever.
God, that shit
My
sucked.
time to be co-host. No.
But yeah,
From the clips I've seen, it looks awful.
oh, it's horrible. I've watched both parts. Don't do it. Just
Don't you want to see the ancient god tied to a ship engine that's fed coal?
Stop. I don't.
You're not ready for grain punk.
But yeah,
Brain-
what? But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, if you have like like this big amount of people, like it's different when you have like a 4-man squad and they all have like same-ish beliefs, but they maybe would tackle things differently to get to the same conclusion. But here you have like basically civilians that are equipped with bows and makeshift armors or whatever. And obviously a couple of them were like, yeah, fuck this shit, we're gonna take the deal and just get out of here. So yeah, it's just nice world building. Like, these people feel like real people in this wasteland, and you have like the one leader's like, well, we've been working on this, let's do this. And there's even like they start to just stop. Like, some of them just throw their weapons down. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna leave now. Like, this is not worth it.
Right.
It's just, it's so simple. We just forgot to do that today. I don't know. Like, in today's movies, just feels just cringe. I don't know. Just annoying.
No, it's well done and it's good writing, and I know that they were very meticulous in planning this movie before they shot it.
Yeah.
Like, they had a script, they had storyboards, which I mean is more than, I mean it's simply not the norm in Hollywood, I don't think, to have a finished script, which I think is a fucking disgrace.
Yeah.
Yeah, not anymore. Dude, pre-production could do so much. It can solve any problem you may come across.
Yeah.
Just, oh.
It's just annoying, because I feel like this shouldn't even be praiseworthy, because I feel like this should like just be like a normal thing that happens, that you do when you write a story with like a group of people. I don't know. It just feels like a thing that someone would pick up on. I don't know, especially if you do writing and have like a team that checks that shit out. It's like, and I was just like, oh, there's like this whole colony of people with 200 people, and everyone's like, yeah, we're on board. We believe you, random person from the wastelands. Like, no, stop it.
Yeah.
Like, if you have like a scenario where you have like lots of people, there should be like something going on where it's like at least implied that there's some kind of conflict, And they're like, no, everybody's on board. Of course they are. He's the hero. It's like, okay, sure.
No, no, it will be like a Doctor Strange mom. We'll start shooting the movie without a script.
Ah,
It always works. Every time.
yeah.
Give it to a guy who's never written in his life.
He smelled the script of Rick and Morty once. He's got the part. He has $300 million.
Oh,
Kids love Rick and Morty.
Not
Dude,
anymore.
that is like the curse of Dan Harmon right there. Because you know what he said about that, right?
What
They
did he say?
with those Rick and Morty writers.
I don't remember.
So Dan Harmon has said they would make up the general idea, and then he would write out the story, and then give them credit for it, so they could give jobs.
Oh, that's. I mean, that's
Oh.
that's a nice gesture, but I think
That's like fraud, arguably.
Yeah.
It's fraud that's destroyed Hollywood filmmaking.
yeah.
Because they came up with the idea of it, so
So they can be the idea guy then. I'm a good idea guy. I've still never made a video game.
Yeah. No, man.
And I'm not gonna assume that I can just be like, oh yeah, just put me in charge of a $500 million quadruple A Ubisoft game. I'll steer it, right?
Yeah.
No, man, it's not what I do.
Also, keep talking. I need to use the bathroom. Be right back.
Oh, okay. But yeah, fuck Ubisoft.
oh man.
That was all I had, really. They spend too much money on their games, man. You gotta spend less money.
That's most studios. Shut down 343, not Tango Gameworks. Oh my god.
Yeah. Although, I mean, Shinji Mikami left Tango, so I don't know how much of Tango was there to keep open, and that like, I think the real trick will be whether or not we ever see a Hi-Fi Rush 2. Because if we do, then it just means, okay, they probably just took all the people that were left at Tango and moved them somewhere else.
Well, I mean,
Move them to 343 and have 343 do Hi-Fi Rush instead of Halo.
Oh god. Well, that was the idea with Tango Gameworks. Shinji Mikami wanted to set up the company to be more so that they can have those people bloom with their ideas, and he was planning to leave anyway because that's what he wanted them to do. He wanted the company to go in its own direction and blossom. So he ended up staying for like 8 years longer than he intended to.
Yeah, okay.
And then,
Did he work on Resident Evil?
yes,
Yeah, he
was
directed
Resident
Resident
Evil
Evil 2 and 4.
Right. I knew that sounded familiar.
and then he did Evil Within.
Right.
He
Yeah.
also did Devil May Cry and what was the other one? What was the other thing that branched off of Resident Evil? Oh my god. I'm now messing myself up. I'll figure it out eventually.
Bunch of shit that was inspired by Resident Evil. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no.
but like one of the Shinji Mikami projects that branched off from it more directly. It was Devil May Cry and Onimusha. There we go.
Oh yeah. Right.
I've returned.
Yeah. That had the whole fixed perspective thing. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And both of them were sort of initially pitched as being, oh, this could be Resident Evil 4. But
Right.
it was like, well, I mean, the samurai stuff it works, but let's maybe make that a different series. And then Devil May Cry was Resident Evil 4, and that a lot of people were like, okay, this is it's a angel, it's a half angel fighting a half demon, a half angel half demon guy fighting a bunch of demons. Like I think we're out of Umbrella Corporation territory at this point. So they smartly, I think, made them unique series.
Well, talking about video games again, nerds. Metal, I've returned, Jet. Boo! Classic reception for me. Right. Go ahead.
I'm not quite sure where we're at exactly at this point, but before we move on from the humongous scene, did you guys see South Park do that bit?
Just walk away.
It's so funny.
I've probably seen it, but it's been too long. I need to rewatch it.
It's when I forget what it was. Was that Bebe's boobs destroy society? I think.
Yeah, that it might have been that. I can't remember if it's the same episode, but like part of the plot is that Mr. Mackey and Miss Chokes on Dick, they're both sexually stunted virgins,
Jokes
and they
on dicks.
teach sex ed to the kids, and they scare the shit out of them, basically.
Yeah.
To the point where the girls are terrified of the boys, and the boys are like, "What the fuck?" And the girls end up making a giant fort like in Mad Max, and then all the boys are outside, and Butters is humongous
Yeah,
with
it's
the and he does the voice like, "Just fuck away."
That's great. God, I
And
love
after
South
he does
Park.
the voice, Stan is just like, "Wow, that was pretty good."
There's a new episode coming out soon. They put a little trailer for it. It's about Ozempic. The
Oh God.
the weight
The
loss
weight
thingy.
loss drug.
The
Yeah.
I think the episode is called "The End of Obesity" or something. I'm looking for that. These fuckers are funny. They keep just making bangers.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Guys, this is a bunch of good comedy happening a couple of days ago, like a couple of weeks, I said a stroke, Jesus.
No.
But yeah, it's lots of good comedy out there at the moment. And I've been watching. Have you guys seen the guy who plays Dr. Phil? Adam Ray?
Wait, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil actually is a character.
No, a comedian plays Dr. Phil in like full get up
okay.
with the
I
wig
was
and
gonna ask,
everything.
like, I used to hear stuff about him not being a real doctor, but I was like, wait, no, it's like that dude has a different name. Like he's not. Not only is he not a doctor, he's not Phil. I'm like, my mind was blown for a moment.
No,
there.
Adam Ray is the guy who plays him, and it's fucking hilarious. It's so good. Have you guys seen Kill Tony, like ever?
Oh yeah.
The show?
I know what it is. Yeah, I've seen clips.
That's where I've seen him for the first time, and man, it's so good. When something just happens that's crazy, and he just looks at the camera like, "We'll be right back." It's just timing, guys. It's hilarious. He has like his own show as Dr. Phil. It's it's fantastic. Highly recommend.
That's cool.
I watched more clips of that today. It's just so good. And just Kill Tony in general is such a great show concept. Just having like a little grab bag of names, and then some random people go up and do a minute of comedy stand up, like people that never done stand up
God,
before. For
my mom was
example,
listening to that yesterday. I thought it was terrible.
I hate you. Get out.
There was
Well, I
like
mean,
5
it'll
good
also
jokes in
depend
the whole
on-
thing.
It'll depend on who's on Kill Tony, but like very often it's quite funny.
Yeah, I mean the
Oh,
most
dude,
the fun
the
part
one
is
real
the
estate too, all of them bombed.
Oh yeah, I mean the fun part comes when there's actually there's actually a guy that's like really good. They become like regulars on the show. They have like a minute save they can do every time. But then you have like the people who bomb, but then they get like asked questions and basically made fun of. And everybody knows that happens when they go on the show, so it's like all like in good fun basically. It's quite great. I love it. It's good shit.
So just to give a heads up, my power might go out.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Racist.
Because our power went out yesterday for like 15 minutes and came back. My neighbor came up to me and was like, "Our power went out again, but it's only half the street."
Ah. That's
And
not
it's
fun.
not even like half and half. It's like the back half of the cul-de-sac is out.
Oh man.
It's weird. So I don't know what's up with that. So just a heads up on that. Sorry.
No worries. No worries. Anyway,
Yeah, I'll just join on my phone and be annoying.
that's fine too. Right. Where were we? Oh yeah, they're like, I'm gonna take the bait or whatever. And Mac's like, well, I know. Oh wait, before he tells them that he found like a truck that could oh god, that was like a burp that didn't want to come out.
Oh god, don't die.
Oh, there it is. Hooray. Anyway.
Yay!
He's like, woo!
Oh my god, he's a disgusting slob. Why are they constantly
Oh,
burping?
Don't look at that. Don't look at that.
I saw that comment in like several of your VODs when it's like a drug stream of you and Mahler. Like, why are they constantly burping and being disgusting on stream? I'm like, dude, it's a drunk stream. They're having fun.
Oh, some people really don't like that when it happens. I just find it hilarious to burp.
Listen, I get it. I get if it's like something like in the middle of like this stream where we're trying to talk about a movie, but like a drunk stream, really? We're gonna tell people not to... Oh my god.
I do my best to mute when I have to burp, but I also drink a lot of carbonated water while I'm streaming, so I do burp a fair amount.
Just drink normal water.
I like
Drink from
carbonated water. It
fat,
fills me
normal
up,
person.
makes me less inclined to want to snack.
Oh.
And I'm 40, James. I got to start thinking about these things, or I'll be fat.
Listen, I gotta start thinking about these things now too. My stomach was not happy yesterday when all I had was Bailey's.
Mm.
Well, yeah, you should never. Lesson number 1: never spend a day where all you drink is Bailey's.
It was
That's hangover
all
central.
Bailey's.
Yeah, God.
Oh, I did not wake up with a hangover today.
Good.
See, it's arguably like a lot of dairy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I mixed it with so much. I don't drink coffee, but Bailey's, that's the only thing I can really mix it with. So it was just all these Starbucks bottles mixed with things. And it's not even like, oh, I went to like Sam's Club. So they had like 3 versions of Bailey's. They had this chocolate Bailey's that's like mixed with Belgian chocolate, and they had a limited edition s'mores Bailey's.
Nice.
You got to get off the Baileys, man. You have a problem.
I've learned Lawler. I tried it once, like 30 months ago. I'm like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Bailey's goes down easily. It's nice.
So, anyways,
Oh yeah, so
what's his
the
name?
Mad Max.
feral kid.
Papa Gallo.
Oh yeah, it's like a weird Papa Glim Glam name.
Yeah, that's the leader of the refineries. Papa Gallo.
So yeah, after the people are like, we're gonna fight, and the other one's like, I'm gonna fuck off because I don't want to die. While this is happening, Max kind of does like a little bonding moment with the feral child because he found like a little
Music box.
that makes noise, and the kid's like, whoa, music, that's poggers. And Max like, it
well,
is.
the funny thing, it's Happy Birthday is what the subtitles say it is.
Yeah, it is. It is the happy birthday song. And he gifts it to the child, and the child's like, hooray, someone is nice to me. Woo!
Clearly, it's bigger budget because that's not public domain.
No.
And then he picks the lock while the whole humongous speech is happening.
Yeah, he just kind of sits there and looks at the things. He's like, okay, right. And yeah, at some point he's like, yo, I can, if you want to get out of here, you want to talk to me. And then they have like a little get together with like the big boys of the camp. And he's like, well, I saw a vehicle that can move your little tanker there about 2 days ago. And at first, like, wait, 2 days ago? You weren't that far away. And I was like, oh, wait, he was camping on the fucking mountain for a day or a day and a half. So that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, how the fuck is he gonna make the time when they only have like 24 hours to spare? I was like, oh wait, he was just camping. That wasn't that far away. Anyway, he tells them that's what we do, and I'm gonna grab you this vehicle, and in return, I get as much gas as I can carry, and I'll be on my way. And then obviously one of them is like, and that's the last we'll see of him, because he also says, well, we need like I don't know, X amount of diesel and high-speed fuel to get this thing in here. And you know this is basically your only chance to get out of here, so you might as well give me the resources and I'll get you the vehicle. And they agree, even though there's some people that are like, again, I don't know we should trust this guy. It's just a random scavenger from the wastelands. I don't know why we should fucking even give him anything. But they're quite desperate because the scavengers are basically just hanging out in front of their base, and Max is on his way. He got like all the fuel on like a little stick and just carries it around.
And he leaves at night, particularly.
Yes.
So the other people get, dude, it's so dark in the movie.
Oh yeah, it's like
It's
proper
good
dark. Like I'm gonna show it without the copyright thing. Like this is like the movie at night. It is night. You can see the lights in the background, and he even falls into a little hole, like a little thingy, and he makes noise. That makes noise, and everyone in the camp is like, "Fuck was that? What was that noise?" And they want to check out. But the feral child, they're homies now. It makes like wolf noises because it's a feral child. And then all the other wolves around make noises. And they're like, "Oh, it was just the wolves." Then the doggos, and that's it. He gets saved by the child. Very easy setup and payoff. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be hard or complicated.
No.
But yeah, he just makes his way up to where they were camping. He sees that the gyro captain left.
Oh, that's something we forgot to mention. Max had handcuffed him to a chunk of log.
Oh yeah, like a pretty big one as well. So I think he broke off the one bit of it, I think. Or I can't remember if it was like the full log he's just kind of carrying
No, he
around with
broke off
him now.
a chunk of it, and it's so funny.
Yeah, so he's like kind of just going around with that thing chained to him. And yeah, I guess he's just trying to get back to his gyrocopter or something. I don't know.
Oh, that would be the assumption. And when Max sees him, he just stares at him like, "Really, dude?"
Yeah, he just sees him from behind. It's like, Jesus, he actually did that. And then
he whistles at Dinky D to go after him.
yeah. And then he makes him carry the fuel while they go to the gyrocopter. And as you can see here, the snakes actually did their job. There's that guy that tried to do something with the gyrocopter. He got bit by the snake. And immediately, because remember, this is a wasteland, resources are scarce, Max immediately goes to loot his body to get everything he might need. And you're like, yes, thank you. That's how it's supposed to be. It drives me fucking insane when we set up a scenario where it's like, oh, resources are scarce. It's like, or, oh, it's a big shoot and I'm running out of ammo, but I'm not gonna grab any of the weapons of the 15 people I just beat up and killed because, drives me insane. Or they beat everybody up and there's like 5 guns on the floor and they don't pick any of them up. It's like, there's a fucking assault rifle right there. Just fucking grab it and use it, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah, a finished, thoughtful script tends to help with that.
Just drives me insane. And he checks if the guy is dead, just kind of kicks him, and it's like, well, let's see what he's got. And it's like, oh, there's some shotgun shells here, but they're like all like flimsy and broken. Only one of them actually looks like it might have something. And this is actually where the gyro captain figures out that his gun was not loaded this whole time.
And the thing too is with the first shell he pulls out, it immediately crumples because shotgun shells, they're like part paper is the whole structure.
Are they paper? I thought they were like a plasticky thing.
Originally they're paper. They kind of have like a weak plastic because the whole thing like burns out. It's super easy to burn.
I mean, Mark probably knows more, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the inside, there's plastic casing around most modern shotgun shells, but there's like the tip of it has like sort of a paper like consistency to it, and that's the front of the shell where everything comes in.
Yeah, so the first one just crumples in his hand because that plastic is garbage. You see all the little pellets fall out.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny because the gyro captain is like, oh, it's been empty, so that's low. This is really fun.
Crap.
Then he immediately questions the quality of the next shell too. He's like, how do you know that one's not a dud too? And
he just aims the gun in his face like, you want to figure out? It's like, no, it's fine.
Schrodinger's shotgun.
Yeah. It's funny. It's low. And it's like, well, let's see what we can do with. There's also the thing where the dog is going for the snake, and the gyro was like, "I trained the snake. I'm gonna eat it." This is so good. It's like, oh, I know a great recipe of snake. It's delicious.
it's full of protein and minerals.
Yeah, it's good. Again, just great fun comedy bits that just fit the scenario and everything. It's just, yeah, good stuff. It's like, well, let's see what your little vehicle can do. And then they fly to rest. They just use the little gyrocopter to fly around and get to the truck without any real problems. They just fly there and check it out. And they load it up with gasoline, with fuel, with diesel. And it works. It still works. It just had to be refueled and had to get all
detached.
Yeah, and detach it because they don't take the big thing on the back there with them.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah,
It was probably said before, but it's a real plane. Like it's legit.
yeah,
like,
it's a
flies.
proper Jericho. That's been going around in auctions as well. It's currently someone owns it at the moment. I think I saw a name when I googled it. So yeah, it's been used after the movie as well, just for like joyrides or whatever.
Yeah, and if you fly a vehicle like that, you're supposed to get permission from like whatever the governmental aviation organization is. It's different names for different nations, but apparently they had no permit for that. They just did it anyway.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you can't fly in a no-fly zone where there's all.
But
kinds
we're
of
in the
flight-
post-apocalyptic wasteland. No rules out here.
That sounds
This
like
isn't Australia.
sounds like a case of ask for forgiveness and not for permission.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like, well,
I've
it's a
been
good
there while
movie,
making
so
a
fuck
movie.
it.
yeah. But yeah, Max is about to leave, and Jake's like, "Hey, come on, we're partners. You can't just leave me here." And just tosses him the keys, like, "Here, do whatever you want. You're good to go. We're cool." It's just a nice little scene. But obviously, the gyro captain follows him with the thing, and he's gonna be a little bit of a. I hesitate to say partner, like a little buddy in the fight, I guess.
He's a little follower.
Support.
He's
the
the support, yeah, exactly. And yeah, Max makes his way back to the settlement, and obviously there's a whole bunch of scavengers in between him and the settlement. So he checks his little shotgun, and well, basically he just fucking books it. That's the whole plan. He has a bigger vehicle than the other ones, so he just crashes into people if he has to. I think that's basically the plan, and use the one shell he has if possible.
Truck takes a hell of a lot of punishment too.
Oh yes.
Oh man, which is important.
And the fun, a little interesting part here is as well, like the Wes is really go fucking get him, and I think like
He killed my twink.
Yeah, he killed.
Actually, it was the feral child
Yeah.
who killed him. Too.
But he's been out for blood, so he's just kind of looking for anything who comes past, and probably just fucking wants to kill him. And I think the Lord Humongous is not even for that. I think he just would have liked him to just stay put from his reaction later. Maybe I'm misremembering this, but that's what I remember.
For the next when Max is leaving later. That's
Oh,
when he
okay.
gets annoyed because he takes his car.
Yeah. Also, one guy gets fucking crushed under a thing. Looks
Dude.
looks so nasty. Like he bumps the one car into the guy who's repairing another thing. And then here, I'll just put it on screen here. It just goes like like the way they did these things. There's a couple of scenes here where people just get thrown out of vehicles or get crashed into, and the rag dolls they use for that, they just look nasty. Like people just get folded in half or something. It just looks really nasty.
It looks quite good. You can only see it's a ragdoll if like you really pay attention, but usually it doesn't hold on the shot for too long, where it just looks gnarly. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just kind of booking it, going through, getting chased by the guys. At some point, he tries to fire his shotgun, but the thing just burns out immediately. So that one actually was bad.
Yeah, Lord Humongous is loading this gnarly revolver.
Yeah, he has like the big revolver with like a sight on it.
And he puts only a single shell in it, and that's where Max takes aim at him. Just completely fizzes out. Max is like, what the hell?
Yeah. Also, by the way, the medals and stuff that are in here, is it implied that he was like a Nazi warrior or something? Soldier was the warrior, a soldier. Because he's got like these skulls in there or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking.
Possibly. That or he lifted it off of someone. All I know is that he treats that thing with respect because he only puts a single round in that
Yeah,
thing.
but there's like a uniform. I can't really quite make it out. Maybe I don't know this like the symbol in here. I know they kind of made me believe that might be a thing. I mean, it doesn't really matter for the movie. Just a
It
little.
might have been an ancestor. It's definitely a background.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, he only has like a couple of shots anyway. I think it's like 5 in total. And those are like
Yep.
proper ammunition thingies. Like those are not like weird self-made ones. Those are like real bullets he could use. So yeah, he puts one in, takes aim, and shoots into the truck at the front and hits something important.
He hits a lot, as the mechanic describes later. Yep, that goes that shot fizzes out completely.
Yeah,
'cause-
that is a fairly large caliber pistol round
Yeah.
that is fired.
Or well, it's probably a magnum.
That's also where the guy, where the tent gets blown away and the two guys are fucking in there. Yeah, it's kind of fun, kind of interesting because he aims at Max, but then he just aims at the truck because he probably thinks it's more important to get rid of the truck so they can't get away at all.
Right.
Oh, so that's a guy and a chick in that tent.
Oh yeah.
You see her boobs.
Yeah, I meant guys as like a universal term, not as two human males. So human
Okay.
males. Why did I say that way? What's wrong with me? Two human males. They're very human.
I'm a human. I'm a human male.
Human
It's a boy
music.
child. A boy child.
Yeah. Human males. Sometimes I wonder what
We're
my
normal
brain does.
men.
We're just normal
We're just
men.
innocent men.
Just normal men.
Just innocent men. It's such a funny clip, dude.
I think this is so cute that it's a little dog puppet.
We're just normal men.
Dude, that puppet is so funny. I ended up on like a 3-day binge of finding clips. Oh my god.
Someone in chat just said, I do find it funny the guy appears later, but he's still credited as tent lover.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Dude, what happens to that guy is 100% hilarious. I want you to play that scene when it comes up. It's so funny. But
So yeah, Max makes his way into the thing, into the camp. They open up the door, and 2 vehicles of the scavengers come in there with him. Also, the gyro captain throws a snake on the guy who's trying to shoot the tires of the truck. Just throws a snake on them from the sky.
oh yeah, and
That makes the
they
guy.
all use it. It's like a huge blow dart thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a couple of guns
And-
in here where they use like air pressure to like just fling shit at people. It's just a thing I would expect them to do in like a world like this, because it's just a easy way to do it. It reminds me of Metro, where you have like all these guns that use like air
Oh, yeah.
pressure and pellets.
Yeah.
And
We should do a
stuff.
Metro Forge. I'm telling you. John, have you ever
yeah.
played Metro?
Yeah, I played Last Light and a bit of what's the one? The one with a year in it? I can't remember.
2033.
Yeah.
Which one?
I beat Last Light. That was the only one I beat, but that was amazing.
I played
Yeah.
all of them. It's been a while, but I do like those games quite a bit.
Well,
They're
Let's
pretty
do a
so-
Forge.
yeah.
Let's give John the excuse to play the others.
but then I need to play 3 games at some point.
They're not that long. They're like 15 hours.
Exodus is probably the longest one. That's probably the one. that's
Yeah,
most
Exodus
talked
is a
about.
little longer, you're right. It's probably about 30.
Those are good games too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as
they're
Agent
really
just
good.
pointed out in chat as well. Again, the bad guy's pretty smart, trying to get rid of the tires of the truck and everything, using
yeah, but the
smart
problem-
tactics to actually be effective.
The problem with those rigs is they have like 16 tires on them.
Yeah, that's quite a lot to get rid of. But yeah, some scavengers get in, they kind of get killed by the other ones, except obviously Wes, and he's like a fucking force of nature. He can do like backflips and shit and jumps and
Yeah.
parkour.
He would be a very scary person to have coming at you knowing he's intent at killing you.
Yeah, he's very agile and muscular and everything. He can fuck your shit up for sure. I think he
recognized
headbutts
him
the...
immediately as the guy in Commando with the leather and the chain vest.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Hey, Bennett,
Oh,
let off some steam.
Yeah. Oh, he headbutt the one guy and kills him with that. I think you see him later with like a caved-in head. Yeah, he just
The way
kills.
he flips too is crazy because he does a front flip and then turns midair.
Yeah, it's like a corkscrew front flip or something. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, he basically has to retreat. He does like all the things. He's like, I'm gonna kill you at some point. It's like, okay. And yeah, now it's time to regroup. It's like a small scene with the feral child and the gyro captain. He's like, go away, shoo from my little gyrocopter thingy. The leader man got shot in the leg. It's like, well, we're gonna leave as soon as possible. Tell him that. It's like, well, we got all these repairs to do. It's gonna take 24 hours, and then they do the thing. It's like, well, I'll give you 12, and they're like, okay. such a trope. I need
But
this
it does
time.
take like legit 24
Yeah.
hours.
I always love that there's definitely tasks where you could say that to a person. They could be like, no,
No,
that's
that's
not
not how it
possible.
works.
It's like, no, you don't get it. You said, how long is this going to take? We're in the middle of a war situation or whatever it ends up being. I'm working as fast as I possibly can because I know our survival depends on it. When I tell you 12 hours, I don't mean I can do it in 6 if I really try.
The thing too is he says 12, but they get like 18 hours to work on it because they work through the entire night. And it's only like midday on this day.
But yeah, Max has finished his contract, is the idea here now. We get a little scene with the lady warrior. Just like, sorry, I doubted you. You seem actually cool. You came through. We trust you now. And it was like, yo, thank you for helping us. It's good that you're part of us now. And he's like, no, I'm leaving, actually.
he's
Like, I finished my contract. He also gets 2 bullets, 2 shells from the lady.
That actually look in good condition.
Yeah, like proper shells. So now he has 2 shots to use. But he makes it very clear. It's like, no, I'm you're on your own now. Like, I'm leaving. I just want my gas and I want to be on my merry way because frankly, this isn't my problem. I did my dues and now I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
I gave you the things you need in order to save yourself. So now, like,
Yeah.
go for it.
I love that little beat with the shells because it just immediately gives you a sense of how rare they are. It's like,
Yeah.
I've been saving these. They're precious to me. I want you to have them. And then it's also like a great setup for the end where they spill onto the hood of the car.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
I think they only ever get used once. I think you get a shot off, and even in that scene where they spill, none of them get used.
Yeah. Then we see that the raiders are now angry and they just kill all the people they held prisoner. They just kind of prop him up and start setting them on fire. I mean, you can see it here on screen now. They're basically like crucifying him and set them on fire.
That's the fun part. I don't even think they killed them all. I think they torture.
Yeah, or torture them.
Some of them. They definitely kill some, but torture others because I think I saved that one for later.
Yeah, they still have like
particularly
people
gory scene.
strapped in front of them as like statues, and then they just crash into things and there's blood everywhere. It's great. Right, so Max is like, well, thanks for the thing. Oh, doesn't like I think Humongous makes like a big speech like, oh, I'm going to kill you all. Brr, 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 brr. But yeah, they're now just scrambling in the camp to get everything ready to get out there. They reinforce the tanker with like all kinds of stuff. which is going to be important, of course, because we need to drive the thing out of here. So it needs to be a bit more sturdy, even, and need to hold some people.
Yeah, and one of the got the picture for one of the cars that they take is Papagallo's,
Mm-hmm.
which has a specific name for it. I can't remember what the hell the name is.
Oh, I don't know.
It gets reused in Thunderdome.
Oh, okay. I think it's implied that that Max just uses it at the end because the V8 gets destroyed, and I think in the ending shot you see that car with him, so it makes sense.
Oh
that
no,
that
it's it's a different one. It's a very different one. It's the one Papagallo drives. It's called the Lone Wolf. This is one of the there it is. It's one of the cars that the Marauders drove in,
Yeah, that's the one I meant.
and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
remember
so
that.
the refinery people take it and reuse it. That's what Papagallo drives at the end.
Yeah.
It's reused in Thunderdome.
Very nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, Gyrocopter is trying to flee the scene, basically.
Yep, sorry.
That's all good. And also takes the lady with him. Because as he earlier said, he misses ladies with makeup, and she has makeup, and now he's horny and wants to save her. And, and he's horny. And but she's like, no, this is my family. I actually can't go. And he's like, ah, damn it. But yeah, she's staying with the family. It's all about family.
Family.
Well, Max is just kind of loading up his fuel tanks, and Papagallo's like, well, you know what? Let's do I need you to drive the truck. He's like, no, I'm leaving. Fuck that shit. We finished our contract. He's like, well, let's do a new contract. You can come with us. You can rebuild your life and stop being just this useless idiot out there. He calls him a maggot, basically. You're just like the other ones. You're just a scavenger out there doing nothing. Like, don't you want to just rebuild your life and do something worthwhile with us? And he's like, no, thank you. I'm just gonna leave. And then Papagallo gets like kind of angry. He's like, do you think you're like the only one suffering? Like, what's your story anyway? You just mad? This is revenge? Did you lose like your family? And then Max gets like a bit annoyed. He's like, oh, I hit a nerve there, huh? What family was it? I guess like Papagallo gets like kind of aggressive, and basically Max just punts him in the face. Just like, just get the fuck off me. I'm out of here. It was just well acted, by the way, if that wasn't clear. For just like a well acted movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think this is like Mel Gibson's like breakthrough performance. I think like the Mad Max movies. That's like the things he was made popular through. But yeah, it's like, well, fuck it then. I'm gonna drive the truck myself. You're gonna leave. Just go out there and be a maggot. Then, but before he leaves, we see him reattaching the booby trap on the gas tank, the fuel tank, activating it, and also the feral kid. He's trying to get into his car. I guess the implication is he just wants to go with him because he was nice to him and now he likes him. But Mac's like, no, fuck off. I'm a lonely man. I don't want to do family. It hurts too much, basically. Like he's like, just come on, get out of here. And the kid's like, hey, I got the music box, ding 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 ding. And he just kind of just throws away the music box, all the stuff, and gets out of there. And now the kid is sad.
Yeah, loser.
Loser.
Child.
Yeah. Again, it's just simple storytelling. Taking what you had. It's like, yeah, he made him mad with the family. He just wants to do his own thing. Don't want to be reliant on anybody. I think he puts it the way he puts it early in the movie is like so he. I think the narrator, so basically the kid says like that's the way he tried to live again in the wastelands, just going around doing his thing. But yeah,
I think
yeah, go ahead.
the storytelling really benefits from George Miller having discovered Joseph Campbell's work.
Hmm.
Like the Hero with a Thousand Faces, I think is a book that um what's his name? Joseph Campbell wrote. The Hero with a Thousand Faces, meaning that, whatever the place, whatever the time, a hero in some form will emerge and do the archetypal thing of being selfless and then
Yeah.
sort of vanishing. Um, and yeah, I definitely don't think they had that in mind at all for the first
No.
Mad Max. Maybe a little bit,
Well, that's the
but
funny thing. He came up with that after this movie, because people
yeah,
compared it to the Lone Ronin Japanese stereotype and stuff, with just a wandering person. With this, they've lost some humanity, they regain a little bit of it, but they still continue wandering.
yeah. And Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, um, that whatever you want to call it, paradigm, whatever. I mean, that is the basis of screenwriting. It's like the best template you could possibly work off of.
It's
Yeah.
amazing how many people don't use it.
Yeah,
Stupid.
right.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see here. So yeah, Max leaves, and well, his
Right
idea
at
is
crack
just
of dawn.
yeah, eBay is just well, I'm just gonna drive out here really fast, and they can do whatever the fuck they want. But Wes sees him. He's like, "Get him!" And I think that's the part where Lord Humongous is like, "Oh, just fucking let him go. He's like not our problem right now, but yeah, he's just gonna do it anyway."
Yeah, and Wes steals his car,
Yeah,
which is probably the second most unique car in the movie outside of Max's.
yeah, it's the
'Cause
one with
it's,
the people on in front of the strapped in front of it.
yeah, it's also got like 6 wheels on it. It's super weird.
Let me see here.
Yeah, there we
Oh
go.
yeah, it has. It does. There, I got a good shot in the movie here. There
Oh,
you
I got a
go.
good screenshot.
Oh, okay. Well, I already have it here. Thank you.
Oh, that's so dark though.
Wow, that's a problem.
Well, well, if you want to see the 6 wheels it has, yes.
Well, I can see them. That's all that matters. Is this a Dark Souls boss? It could be.
Oh, dude, the cars in Mad Max game feels like Dark Souls bosses when they try to take out a whole caravan of them. Oh my
Kind of
god.
reminds me of that Simpsons show called Park Here, only $10 per axle.
Per axle. A bargain. Anyway, he's just driving away from them. He's like, well, I got my nitro. No problemo. I'm just gonna book it. No problem. But
The car sounds so good too.
the baddies also have that. And they have more and better. So they quickly catch up to Max and just kind of knock him off the street. And, well, say goodbye to the V8 because that thing gets fucking destroyed.
F.
He just multiple flipperoonies, goes all the way down, the tank is leaking, and it's just a bad time. He's heavily injured as well, like he's not doing well. And they go down, try to get all the stuff. Max just kinda gets away from the place. He just gets behind a rock and hides. But unfortunately, Chad, I have bad news. They killed a dog.
Yeah, double F.
They killed the doggy. It's fucked up.
The the cardinal sin, killing the dog. in
Killing the
movie.
dog. Yeah.
You got to be careful with that, but they it was purposeful here. It was
Yeah.
it was I feel like it needed to happen.
And yeah, Max is just behind the thing. He can barely hold up the gun, the shotgun. Yeah, he's not doing well. But remember the booby trap. It comes into play here because the big old toady man, he opens up the thing. He's like, "Oh, what's that weird noise?" Well, he activated the booby trap, and it makes big kaboom. And yep, they get all fucking annihilated down there. Like the toady and the other random guy, they get blown to smithereens. And with it, all the fuel they just were about to grab. So bad times all around. So West Space like, well, that's over. Let's just head back. Nothing to get here. And yeah, rip the V8 and the doggo. Not a good day for good old Max. Then we cut to the camp where the gyro captain sees the smoke and is like, no, I think he got in trouble. But the gyro captain is a good old fella. He goes and grabs good old Max from the place. Like, don't worry about it. We're partners, remember?
Yeah. Oh, dude, the way that sounds, because Max is so messed up.
Yeah, like, cause they make sure that we know how Max is feeling right now. It's like all distorted. It's like blurry. Everything blends together and just kind of wakes up flying on the thing, and then in the camp again. So yeah, he's back at the camp now, heavily injured and not having a good time. Like his eye is swollen and everything. So is this where you're gonna tell me which one of the injuries is real, James? Is this here?
Oh, that happens a little later.
Oh, okay. I thought it might be the black
So-
eye or something.
But well, that's another one. I'm also going to bring that back up later, but that affects more into Thunderdome and Fury Road.
Oh, okay, got you.
But with this is an important detail. As Max is trying to get his surroundings, Papagallo tells everyone else the plan. Then Max misses.
Yeah, it's a good point. So yeah, because now Max is big old Angie. He basically like, I'm gonna drive your truck. But Papagallos is like, no more contracts. Contract is closed. Whatever. You can leave again. We'll do our own thing. But obviously he's the best driver, so he's gonna be like, well, I'm your best bet, so you better let me drive the thing. And he's like, well, fine, you drive the truck. And obviously later we learn that was probably part of his plan anyway, that Max is going to drive the truck now because they fucked up all his stuff and he has basically no other choice anymore. He gives him the keys to the truck and he drives it. So they get all their shit together, get all the stuff, and it's like, well, we're gonna leave. Everyone is going into the buses and gyrocopter and blah blah blah. Because now it's time for 15 minutes of straight carnage.
Oh man,
And it's
beautiful.
fucking awesome. It's so great.
Yeah.
Because one part of the well, basically Max is going the one way with some people and the rest of them goes the other way. And most of the scavengers just go after Max because he has the big tanker with all the fuel in it. And on the tanker we have the big warrior lady we see earlier. We got the guy that was the mechanic, I think.
Yeah, the crippled mechanic who can't use his legs.
Yeah, he's just up there throwing Molotovs at at people. And the feral child, is helping out Max in the front seat somehow.
Yeah, he sneaks in, and they're
Yeah.
escorted by Gyrocopter
Yes.
and the Papagallo, who is in the Lone Wolf.
Yep.
Is what the vehicle is dubbed.
Lord Humongous has loaded the last of his bullets and shoots them, but obviously the thing is more reinforced now. It's like metal plates in front, so those don't do any damage to the engine right now. We got the gyrocopter man. He's just throwing fucking fire bombs at cars. And he goes like, "Woo!" And it's just heaps of fun. All kinds of things are happening. And getting chased. They're trying to get on the truck. What? Oh yeah. Before we get into that, some of them are like, that's actually something I was thinking. I was like, why are they not just leaving and then grab the fucking the oil rig because it's empty now? Well, they do, and it all explodes. They just fucking wired it to explode when they leave. So it's like nobody gets to use it. It's like, okay, well, there goes that question.
Yeah, all of them sneak out after distracts. Most of them, only a handful of the Marauders see that they leave, and they go immediately to take the compound instead of them. And it's just, God, a beautiful, fiery, real explosion.
Yeah, it's a really big explosion. It's awesome.
Yeah. The way the camera sort of trembles too during the explosion, you really get a sense of the impact of it.
Yeah. Let me show it like without the thingy here real quick. Let's look at this. Boom. Yeah. I love me some good explosions. There you go. Okay, not too long. Don't want to get banned. But yeah, it's fun stuff. Everything explodes. But now we're going to this, and just look at it. Look at all these real cars and motorcycles, and they're just driving around. It's just,
Wonderful to see.
oh, it's just so nice. It looks also real
Yeah.
because it is.
Yeah.
This is fucking great. But yeah, they're just chasing the truck. They're trying to damage it. At some point, they just kind of hook into the driver's door and rip it off. Max uses one of his shells to shoot one guy in the face, and the thing explodes. That's great. Yeah, they hook the door, rip it off. What else do they do? Oh yeah, one guy throws a thing and traps someone with the. Wait, hang on. Is that the lady or is that a third guy that I forgot about?
It's a random. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
remember his name. So they do a grapple hook because the idea is presumably they're gonna pull their car closer and climb up, and it hooks the guy's leg and pins him against the platform,
Yeah.
which is clearly added on.
Yeah, because the car that uses the hook just fucking flips over immediately. And
And then it just rips the platform off, and all the firebombs that guy has just obliterates. Oh.
Yeah. Again, a really great ragdoll usage here that I just want to show off. Just look at this. It goes like, boom. It's just, it's so much fun, dude. Like, it looks so good. Like, why fucking... Sometimes it's hard to like movies these days.
It's such
just in
it's
general.
such a clever cut too. It's such a clever cut because it's the real person falling over,
Yeah.
and then it's cut to the doll, which you just see gets folded in half as it hits the ground and gets crushed.
Yeah.
Looks really good, yeah.
And then the crippled guy like drops a Molotov onto his not functioning legs, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, it's fine." Like, because obviously he doesn't feel anything anymore. It's like, oh, it's just a little bit of thingies. Yeah, and then there's like a couple of people of the scavengers.
Puppies are going nuts. I might be quiet for a bit.
No, okay. Oh god.
And then we lost Mark.
Yeah. Also, again, like, there's a real guy hanging off from this fucking thing. By the way, I just want to point that out again. Look at this. Like, this is so fucking dangerous. Like,
Yeah. By the way, one of the
Yeah.
biggest concerns was like always constant safety.
oh, of course.
So that's why they pulled this off, because they took care of all the safety procedures first, and they did their best to get professionals to do that. Also, that guy, he has a specific name because he was bigger in the movie originally. The
Mhm.
guy who's hanging off, he is called Bear Claw Mohawk,
Bear Claw Mohawk.
which is very clear later. It makes sense
That's funny.
for why he's called that.
Oh, it's because he's the guy who uses the claw on Max at there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right, so the warrior lady gets shot with like the quadruple crossbow thrower or something. Uh, kind of
I think
gets.
luckily for the production, like the for a lot of the shots, like any shots like pointing up at the sky, the vehicles aren't moving.
Yeah,
Like you set up a big fan, and you just have the air blowing,
yeah.
and then as long as the camera is pointed at the sky, you can do all the like people running around on top of what seem like moving vehicles. But
Hmm.
definitely there's some shots there where it's like you have to show the road going by. And
Absolutely.
yeah, that shit's fucking dangerous. Yeah.
Metal's
I
Mad
don't even
Max
know if he
name.
was harnessed. Probably. But
Yeah, Metal's Mad Max name is Beardsmore Gorman. I'll take it. Sounds good.
I wonder what mine is.
Shall I think of
I'm
something?
sure Chad can think of something. Yeah, the crippled guy is trying to help the lady get back up, but that was a mistake because they're just both getting just pulled down and get run over horribly. So yeah, now it's only
Oh yeah, you should play that uncensored because it's only for like a second, but oh, it looks terrible.
yeah. So it's here, like ooh. First one goes down. He's like, "Ooh, it's rough, man."
it just disappears under the wheel.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, they just get sucked in. It's like well, because I'm a terrible
Vacuum or
person.
something.
Yeah, I'm a terrible person. I see light leak stuff. It's like when a train in a subway is going by, you step too close and it just sucks you in and you're gone. Oh,
yeah. It's
I
good
love
stuff.
the internet.
Yeah, Max shoots one in the face. That guy, well, the dead guy knocks into another thing that flips over. It's like it's just what you fucking love to see. Just all these
Oh,
chain
yeah, okay,
reactions.
so this is the
with...
scene right here.
Okay,
where
hang
this
on. Let
guy
me
had to
fucking
get
finish my
hospitalized.
sentence, you fucking piece of shit. Okay.
Listen, it's important to not miss it. That's why.
I'll get to the fucking Yeetus McDingus. All right, he's gonna fucking flip all over the place. So yeah, it's all these chain reactions. The guy flips over. A third one crashes into the guy who's flipped over, and I'm gonna show it because it's really funny. He's like, "Oh no!" He's like, "Woo!"
Oh. So that guy
Yeah.
is the stunt choreographer for the entire Mad Max series and multiple other movies.
Oh, that's great.
So this cut that they use in the movie, he broke his leg hitting that vehicle,
Oh shit.
and that's why he starfished, because that's the cut they use, and he just crashed hard and had to get hospitalized.
Yeah.
That's the cut they use for the movie.
Fucking
and you
better.
can-
I'm just gonna put this on loop here for a second because I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, so you can kind of see it in the shot. His leg looks a little messed up because he broke it hitting that because he was supposed to go clear over it. Was
Yeah.
how the
Oh,
stuff's
whoops.
supposed to go, but his legs catch the bottom of it, and that's why he just goes flipping.
Right. He's obviously supposed to fly through the air in the shot, but that his legs catching onto the car like that wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh
So
yeah, you
him
can see it
spiraling-
here. Look at this.
Yeah. And the breakage in his leg, it wasn't just one, it was broken in several places.
I mean, with
Yeah, it
that
was
with
bad.
that speed, I believe it. It's
Yeah.
such a great fucking flip, though. Look at this.
It's a great shot. Yeah, I mean,
The fact that he hit it with such force that
Oh.
buggy moved too.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I mean, the bicycle also crashed into it. That's probably what moved the car.
yeah, that too. But oh man,
right.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, he's the stunt choreographer for all the Mad Max movies.
Yeah, apparently
Such
he
a crazy job.
yeah, like he was rushed, to hospital, but he made it back for at least the rest of or some of the remaining production. Like he was back on set working, and then he came back to work on Fury Road eventually too.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me see. I don't know. I just kind of want to get like an even funnier loop of this. I don't know. Let's see.
There are many Mad Max clips you could probably take from and put them in for memes or stuff. especially a Thunderdome, which people did. Listen, I like Thunderdome. Many people don't.
Is it worth checking out? I don't know much about the third
Yes,
I
would
watched about
say
half an hour of it last night, but I was tired, so I just decided to go to sleep instead. I didn't fall asleep while watching it. I was just like, no, I don't have the energy.
one. Right. Yeah.
So I think it's important because it's kind of like for me, the trilogy is like the stages of the apocalypse. So you get the pre-apocalypse, you get the wild wasteland, and then you get, what I like to call New Vegas a lot, or the original Fallouts, really. The post-apocalypse, which is the rising of individual city-states. And that's
Well,
what Thunderdome is.
There's nuclear weapons that are used between the second and third one, right? So it's like a nuclear wasteland now.
So between the
Or in the third one?
first and the second, because the idea it's
Oh.
World War III.
Oh, okay.
So, and the biggest leap is that from the second movie to the third, it's like 15-year jump.
Right.
It's a huge jump. So I'll pull up some pictures later because it's something I wanted more so. It's more so relevant for Fury Road, but because the third movie does get a little weird, but I like it and I think it fits the series because it's also the most quotable out of all the Mad Max movies.
You didn't love it, but what's love got to do with it?
Hey.
There you
Get it? Because Tina Turner's in the movie.
Oh yes, she's.
Right.
Oh, see, I just found it funny because you mentioned the song. Now it's even funnier.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that.
See, those are the
I
kind
say
of powers you
people
have
watch.
when you're old. You can make those connections
I forgot she was
because
in
you remember what it was like when that movie was coming out.
But yeah,
Yeah, so
good stuff. Anyway, more carnage happening. Again, they're targeting the tires of the truck. Very smart, very smart. More people are hanging on to the truck now. The gyrocopter man is trying to give support, but he gets shot down at some point.
that is the one fix I would have for this movie is Gyrocopter Man's crash.
Okay, well, what specifically?
Well, because he comes back at the very end after that. Because he crashes in this, that's a hard stop.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
you. Yeah, okay, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Not only is he alive, like he's seemingly uninjured, but a crash like that would fuck you up at the very least, if not kill you. It would probably kill you.
Because the thing too is it's like a hard crash, and he literally drives it up to them at the end of the movie in it.
Yeah, that's
He, like,
true.
So
Yeah.
I would 100% change it to like a smooth, wobbly crash, if anything.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see what else happens. Max reloads his shotgun. Wes climbs up onto the truck. We got the bear claw man. Well, clawing.
Bear claw mohawk. He pulls up from the side.
Yeah. Max shoots two of the guys. I think one comes from the side. The other one is at the roof. The claw gets in. This is where the rest of his shells just kind of fly out of the window, and only one of the shells gets stuck at like a little metal part at the front.
Yeah, on like the cross section between the hood and the rim
Yeah.
or grill.
Wes
and
is
that's the
just
scene where
Wes is just going ham with the with just, I don't know, like a makeshift morning star basically.
Yeah, oh man.
And then Mac's like, well, I'm just gonna pump the brakes
No,
here real
flail.
quick. Oh, flail. Yeah, that's
Flail.
a better term. Yeah.
No, because the Morning Star is the same thing, but it's on
It's without the chain.
Spike ball, the stick. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. And Mac's like, well, let me hit the brakes here real quick, and well, Wes just gets yeeted in front, and people think, well, he's probably dead.
Yeah, and then it cuts to Humongous's car, where it shows those two survivors are alive for a second, and that's where they splatter on the back of the.
Yeah, the last thing they see is solid metal, because he, as I said, Max pumps the brakes, and then we get this. They're like, oh shit. Oh, it stopped here. You
Damn.
can see like their heads are gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Such a great effect. Again, just showed it like as John pointed out earlier and other things. Just showed it like really quickly. You see the splat, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's really effective.
I think the heads are watermelons with wigs on 'em.
Yeah, I
Probably.
mean whatever works, man. It's just,
Yeah.
it works
right.
great. So yeah, it's worth pointing out. Max is not doing so well. Like he's like locked in with this claw behind him. His shells are everywhere except in his gun. The only support he has right now is the little feral child, which
he's not even supposed to be there.
not even supposed to be here. So yeah, it's not going too well.
And
But-
Papa Little finally comes back because he sidetracked all the motorcyclists.
Yeah, and he's just like, "Hey, child, get over here, so we can get out of here."
Yeah,
But then,
he's 100% gonna bail on Max.
yes, because he knows there's actually no fuel in this thing. Spoiler, I guess. But he gets harpooned in the back because Lord Humongous has big ass trident harpoons or something.
Yeah, China. I don't know. It's like I don't know why he has this trident. He just chucks it.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can. Here, look at this thing. It looks wild.
And it's not just one. He has like two.
Yeah, he has another one that he uses later, but well, obviously I have to point out there's no way this is gonna work because he can't throw that hard to actually catch up to whoever's in front of him. But you know what? We're in a wacky movie. Like I forgive you, movie.
I don't know how the physics would work with that.
They don't.
Physics.
But yeah, he gets yeeted. Gyrocopter man flames another guy, but I think shortly, gets shot right after and crashes. So yeah, more carnage happening. A car gets run over. What else? Max is still locked in. He's like, "Yo, kid, go grab the shell, and so we can reload the weapon." And he just tries to grab it, and but before he can, while he's doing that, actually Wes comes back up. He's been at the front of the thing the whole time. He's like, "Nah, I'm right here," and actually kind of confused with like logistically, because I don't know when Lord Humongous took over Max so far ahead.
Max pulled a 180.
Oh wait, did he?
Yeah, he pulls a 180.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, okay. No, never mind. It just popped up when you said it on screen. Yeah, 180. Okay, so that makes sense.
Which might be a reference to the first movie because he does that same maneuver too. To I believe it's on Knight Rider in the very beginning. He plays chicken with him.
Oh yeah, I got you. So yeah, he just kind of drives. Wes comes back up, but also Lord Humongous is angry because I think he was set on fire by Gyrocopter, so he had to stop real quick. So he needs to come back to where they were, so he puts in the nitro, but Max comes over the cliff now with the big truck, so he crashes right into him, and it's a fucking beautiful collision.
Yeah. So the worst part about this is the stunt choreographer specifically for truck rigs was on another set. So they had to get a normal truck driver to do this stunt.
Okay,
So there's an actual person driving, crashing into a real vehicle.
nice.
So what they did was, you can kind of see it here. They covered the front window shield with a metal sheet,
Mm-hmm.
and they covered the back one with the metal sheet. So if any debris comes flying, it wouldn't hit the driver.
Right.
Yeah.
So they literally smash into a car.
And yeah, boom! Look at this. It's just, oh, it's so
Yeah.
great. I love it.
It's a sick crash.
It's just fucking debris everywhere. It looks so good.
Yeah, so West is dead, Humongous is dead.
Yep. Whoever might have been still alive that was trapped in front of the car, they're dead. So, yeah, it just looks
It's one of
really-
the best smashes in the movie, and you do want to save the best for last if you can,
Yeah.
and use it in the dispatching of like the big bad.
Absolutely. And then finally Max and the truck tip over, and the GG. That was the big chase, the big action chase, and it was glorious. It's so good. So good.
Yeah.
I think a couple
Oh,
of
you got
scavengers look and they're like, well, that's over.
Yeah, they don't even bother to finish Max off because he wasn't the concern.
Yeah.
The fuel was.
All they've accomplished now is losing both their big lads. So
And a shit ton of people.
and a shit ton of people, yeah. What were you about to say, John?
There's the guy in chat talking about the physics of throwing the trident, and
Oh, so cool.
it is true that the forward velocity of the car will carry over to the spear, and
Right.
you can throw it, but the problem is the sheer amount of air resistance, and also like you have
Yeah,
to
he's throwing it
consider
ahead of him.
the weight of the trident. Like if it's a lightweight thing, which it kind of looks that way, then the air resistance would really throw off the trajectory.
Yeah,
But maybe it's like a super heavy trident, and maybe Humongous. I don't know if it's Humongous that throws it. Is it?
yeah, it's
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
He's
so
weighing-
maybe
he's weighing
he
like
just has
clock.
the sheer strength to be able to throw a super heavy trident. Like
yeah.
because he is sort of implied to be like superhuman or something. That shot with the vein in his head that you
Yeah.
see, like there's something weird and like abnormal about him.
Right. So yeah,
It would
as
be
as
really
well
funny
as well
to see
said,
the
it's
techniques
the
too.
aim because it's probably gonna divert into any direction.
Yeah. But yeah, if you were to throw an object from a moving vehicle in a vacuum, like that, the velocity would absolutely just transfer over.
Got you. So yeah, we won? Question mark. Yes, we did. Because Max now sees, wait, there's sand coming out of the tanker. What's that about? And then we quickly realize, Max was just a distraction. Those bastards. But actually, yeah, so that's... I think he actually kind of smiles. It's like, oh, smart peeps. Good job. So yeah, this was all just supposed to be a distraction. And it worked quite well. Gyro Man's gonna come pick him up. And
Yeah, so he just scuttles towards them. It's like, I don't know about that, man.
yeah. Also, they forgot to make his teeth dirty again in this scene.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. At least way less than before. Like before in the other scenes, they were like full of dirt or something. I don't know. But here's just like a little dark. Yeah, just a little thing I noticed. But yeah, we finished the mission. We did it. So they kind of reconvene with the people. Gyro man, the man out of the sky, the gyro captain. He's the new leader now. Yeah, the feral child, as we now learn, is gonna become a new leader in the new world. And yeah, obviously
And a narrator.
and the narrator, yeah. And yeah, obviously all the fuel was actually in all the vehicles they fucked off with. The tanker was just a distraction now. So the big smart on them. They did well. And they say, well, the road warrior stayed behind. It's the last time we've seen him, and he's gonna do all kinds of new adventures. And you can see here, you actually have the lone wolf thingy here on the left side. So I guess that's his new vehicle for now? Question mark.
So the funny thing is, with the camel's being brought up as a one-off thing, that's what he has in the beginning of Thunderdome.
Ah.
He has two camels pulling this broken piece of crap
Okay.
across the desert.
That's funny.
So the the lone wolf thing, or whatever the vehicle is called, that's not at all used by Max. That's reused in Thunderdome as another car
Oh,
called the
okay.
Lobster Cage.
Oh, lobster cage.
So they,
Those names are
yeah, so I,
fantastic.
so I put the picture of it in there. They completely rip off the middle section of it.
Oh.
They put like a huge sandblast the hell out of it to make it look rusted and put a huge cage on top.
It's okay, JoJo.
So what the big thing too is I don't think he's ever called Max in this movie except for the once in the beginning, I think. Maybe.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. In the
he's-
prologue, yeah.
Yeah.
And they
He's
do refer to him as the Road Warrior a lot.
he's the World Warrior. That is one of the big
Yeah.
things. I don't think he's ever named in Thunderdome at all. Because his name is lost. But
Yeah.
as I mentioned previously, Max himself, he goes through a lot of changes. I put the pictures in earlier. So with particularly from Road Warrior to Thunderdome, which is 15-year difference,
Hmm.
he looks wildly different. So obviously the arm that got ran over is the arm without a sleeve, so presumably he ripped the sleeve off to make a sling out of it and make it more
Right.
mobile. He has this makeshift crutch on his leg in Road Warrior for getting shot.
Yeah, it's like a
you know.
leg brace.
Yeah, it's made
Yeah.
out of like car parts and whatnot. So Thunderdome, his stuff is all torn up. It's all. But one of the big things with it, here's a more clear picture after he gets shaved in Thunderdome. Behind the scenes stuff.
Mm-hmm.
His armor is all messed up.
Oh,
But one
yeah,
of the
yeah.
big carryovers is his eye. His swollen up eye in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes dilated permanently
Oh,
in
okay.
Thunderdome. So it's implied he's actually blind in one eye. So here's the
Interesting.
screenshot. I zoomed in a little bit. So
Yeah, he looks like his William Wallace character all of a sudden.
yeah, no, well, it's like it's 15 years later. He's old. He's been by himself. So you can see his left eye is way bigger than his right eye. So it's dilated and messed up. So it's implied to be blind, even quite possibly, which is the setup for my Fury Road rant. Which I don't know if I want to do that today or not.
No, I
Because
can do that in the beginning of the next one. I think that's makes more sense in context.
Yeah, we'll be doing Furiosa, so we'll probably do a quick, brief little mini forge on Fury Road right before we talk about Furiosa.
yeah, because this is Fury Road made a change that instead of being a continuation, it was a soft reboot.
Mm.
Yeah, it added women, you sexist. I'm kidding.
No, that's not even.
Oh,
what
I
they
hate
care
those.
So that's like the double funny thing. So unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna cover Thunderdome at all, but I do recommend the movie because it's an entertaining watch. It's a bit different.
Mm-hmm.
At the Tomorrowland, Bartertown, the Thunderdome. It's a bit of a wild ride,
Very.
but
But yeah, that's the Mad Max The Road Warrior. What a good movie. It's just
Yeah, good movie.
really-
Woo.
really fun, really good. It's such a simple premise. It just works. It's amazing action. It's just good shit. Go watch it if you haven't. It's a big old thumbus uppus from me. It's just good. Just the good old days. To sound like a fucking old person. It's just, I mean, I wasn't even alive when they came out, but it's just.
That's a tried and true archetype. You know?
Yeah.
It's like Clint Eastwood walking into the little village, and he doesn't really give a shit about anybody. So he only cares about himself. But there's something about what's happening where it's like, I feel like I got to do something here. Step in, and then you become the stuff of legend. I
Yeah.
love that last shot where it's just like pulling away from him. He's just standing on the road. It's like we never saw him again.
Yep.
It's so
Well,
cool.
I think the idea is that even a self-interested person, if they've got morals, will have limits to what they can tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So like there will be things going on that even though it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna move from town to town, do my thing, make some money, get some gas, do whatever I gotta do, and then go somewhere else. But if something's going on that makes them be like, these people
Yeah.
are kind of fucked without me, and like I guess I have a responsibility not because I care really, but because I can, and I kind of know they can't on their own, so they need my help.
Right.
And I mean, he was a cop, so like obviously it's in there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so
Man,
that I love that last reveal so much. I mean, like on the road where the tanker's full of sand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's so clever because like the big crash, right? I mean, not only does it look great, it's one of the best looking crashes in the movie, but you have that moment where like it looks good and two major villains are taken out at the same time,
Mhm.
and so the audience is just like, holy shit. But then you have immediately following that euphoria, you have that like, oh no, the truck's been derailed, or, like it's taken off the road, right? It's like, oh shit,
Yeah. Oh, that's the
like
thing we needed.
humongous.
You ruined
His
it.
plan worked, right? Yeah, but then it's like, oh no, actually it's fine. And then Max realizes,
Yeah.
and he's like, fuck, they didn't tell me, but like, it worked. Like they got away with the oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
It's good.
that's
Yeah.
the funniest part. Because if you pay attention to the dialogue when Max is in the recovering, Papaleo is explaining the plan. He's like, "We're gonna distract them. You need to
Yeah,
sneak out when they're all gone." And
Yeah.
Max never catches that.
right. Yeah.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. Biggest recommenders for sure.
And of course, this movie, much like Lord of the Rings, is a foundational movie for its genre type. With Lord of the Rings being for fantasy, Mad Max is to the post-apocalypse movies,
Hmm.
having
Mm-hmm.
such great influences like Fallout, which is cleared both the costumes, which is the funniest part, because in the first Fallout game, that's how you get your dog companion, is by putting on a leather jacket that literally looks like Max's jacket, and he confuses you with the odor, and that's how you get your dog companion. So Fallout Wasteland, which is where Fallout came from, and many other cornerstones of the apocalypse genre. So, love that style. So it's a really old series,
Mm-hmm.
near and dear to me heart.
Very clever setups and payoffs. I mean, that thing with the truck is obviously one of them. But also the way he rigged his car's fuel tanks to explode. That's set up really early, like in one of the first scene with the gyro captain, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But then later, that's the thing that saves him. Yeah. Because someone tries to siphon fuel out of his car while he's like wounded.
Yeah, that's the reason why he probably crawled behind that rock in order to hopefully
Right.
survive. Because oh, they're gonna go for this, and then it's gonna go boom.
Yeah, and it's set up in such a way that it's not obvious that it's going to be used later on.
Mhm.
And then when the payoff does happen, it's just like, oh yeah, because
Yep.
he rigged it. Like
Because
that's like the
it even
perfect
gets
way to do that.
it gets detached at some point in the camp, and he has to put it back on, and they show us that he turns it back on as well.
Oh, I actually forgot about
Yeah,
that.
because
beat.
the engineer in there, he's like, "Oh, that's smart. You booby trapped it. Would be a shame if you would waste it like that." And then later on, he
Yeah.
puts it back on before he leaves. So you even get like a
Right.
little bit of a reminder that the thing exists.
Yes, forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I like
It's
it.
a very tight movie. It's very well paced too.
Oh yeah, as you already said, much better than the first one. The first one is a kind of a
Yeah, oh,
weird
yeah.
ride.
Yeah, because poor Miller, he didn't have complete control over that. So it's a little
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it doesn't feel rushed, but yet it's still like a tight hour and a half, up just about.
Yeah, it's like 132 or something. I think that includes credits. Yeah. Just again, just makes
Yeah.
me
Right.
miss shorter movies. It's just nice.
Yeah. They don't make them like this anymore.
I really don't. My back.
The 80s and 90s, they were the great years.
Yeah.
Foolish metal. It's much better for numerous characters to say, this car is rigged to explode over and over. That's true. That's true.
I gotta say that, like, of all the things that I would expect would be one of the legacies of the MCU, ushering in the acceptability of a 3.5-hour summer blockbuster is maybe one of the worst things they did, or like 2.5 at
God.
least.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you guys don't need this long to tell these type of stories.
Nah, at the very least, I want an intermission if they're gonna do these long ass fucking movies, because my bladder can't take it.
The amount of times when I'm in a, when I'm in a cinema and like the last half an hour comes up, it's like, fuck, I need to pee so bad. But this is where all the
Yeah.
things happen, so you don't want to miss it.
Exactly. We're in the third act. I don't want to be fucking squirming in my chair thinking about taking a piss. I want
Yeah.
to pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah, it's even worse too, because like if you don't start drinking until like halfway through the movie, you're gonna be eating popcorn and you got like dry mouth. You're like
Yeah.
stacking lips. You're like, I can't drink the water yet. I gotta hope for the
Yeah.
midpoint.
Right.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's annoying. Bring back 1.5 hour movies.
Yeah.
That,
Do it.
that in some movies just don't work in longer than an hour 90. Like most horror movies, you barely can make it to an hour and a half because you try to go longer, you keep this not that same feel of tension. You can't keep it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could try, but
I don't know. Oh well, go watch this movie. This movie is fun.
Yeah.
And, it's a big recommendation from all of us. It's good stuff.
yeah, go play the game too. It's $20 on Steam.
It's on sale like all the time.
I might play it. I've never played that game, and hey, I liked watching Road Warrior. Although watch me watch Furiosa next week, and I'll just be like, actually, maybe I don't want to be in this world anymore.
You know, yeah, Fury Road might be a long talk for me because that movie really annoys me. And the changes they make.
I didn't see, and I didn't mind Fury Road. I thought Fury Road was fine, but Furiosa's trailer does not seem awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I had no context for Fury Road. I just watched it on its own. So I guess
I
if I
personally-
rewatch it now, it's probably going to be different.
Yeah, maybe
I
it will.
do really like Fury Road, and I do like that whole movie is basically the third act of this movie. It's just stretched out into a feature film. But I know a lot of people who prefer Fury Road over this, but I like that this movie takes its time building to that big car chase. I like the quiet moments in this movie. You know, just sitting in the camp and getting to know the characters in the world and all that. Fury Road is just like a constant adrenaline rush. I mean, there's pros and cons to that, I think.
Well, it's like they say it has no story, which isn't even my issue because it technically does. They say, we'll get into it then. It's the whole thing. Fury Road's and that's about it.
Charlize Theron's really pretty though.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
She was good in the movie, yeah.
Mootle only 3 hours. Pull up an old school video. Ask John about the Nintendo Cube. Cube? What?
Oh, the
Nintendo,
cube.
Nintendo Shit Cube.
Oh, shit cube. Oh, okay.
No, it's because the EFAP the other day, one of the videos we covered near the end was like this Russian guy basically ripping off angry video game nerd. He's called like the pissed off gamer or something. Terrible
Hello,
production
I'm
quality.
pissed off gamer.
Yeah, video sucks, audio's terrible, and like he just had barely any points to make about why Nintendo GameCube was shit. It was just funny
funny.
to go over.
It was
We were just making
terrifying.
fun of his Russian accent.
Well, yeah, dude, he was like he was like the Baron from Dune. He was. Oh,
He's Stellan Skarsgård.
he's,
Yeah.
he was huge. He's huge.
Oh boy.
It's so funny.
Well. Right, as a one or two super chats, gonna go through that real quickly. We got a $5 by Synergy Monkey. Thank you very much. Hey Mootle, long time listener here. Hi. Would you wish my son a massive birthday full of many flames? Of course I will. His name is Jai, rhymes with rye. Well, Jai, I hope you have a massive birthday full of all the fleams and maybe even some schleams on top, like a little sprinkle of schleams. Never hurts
Happy
anybody.
birthday, Jai. Woo.
So yeah, happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday.
you. Hope it's a good one. And we got 5 gifted memberships by Critically Chibi. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Very cool. And that's that. Flea Massives Unite. Hell yeah. Well, with that looks like it's gonna be the end. Thank you all for joining us.
Hooray.
But before we get out of here, let's see what we're up to. John, you've done like a thing recently that was really cool. You want to tell people that maybe haven't seen it yet?
Yeah, man. So I'm John Graham on YouTube. People that know me know that I've made a show called R Being the Chief. That's the big thing that people know me for. And now I'm making a new show called Hard Justice. Just a hard-boiled satirical cop show made on Halo Reach on original Xbox 360 hardware. Just partly because I wanted it to feel like just an old 2000s machinima show. But just with everything I've learned about writing and filmmaking since then. And yeah, I've got a great voice cast, and you might just recognize a few people in it.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Yeah, go check it out. Links as always below. It's very funny. I like it, and I'm curious to see what happens next. We got a lot of setups in that thing where I'm curious to see where it goes. It's very good. I enjoyed it.
Bunch of seeds planted, yeah. And
Yeah.
I have outlined the entire season, so I know everything that's going to happen. I just need to polish all the scripts going forward.
Nice. Well, James, you're just around. Do you want to tell people something?
My name's John Graham. I do YouTube.
Whoa, do we have 2 of those? Sick.
No, I don't do nothing. I just pop in.
Does
here
America have one of their own now?
James Graham.
No, I don't do nothing. I hang around and talk about things and yell at metal sometimes. That's about it.
Sick. Mark, you got anything going on?
I believe Metalcommander and I will be playing some Helldivers shortly. I guess, John, if you want to play, you're welcome to come too. We don't have a full team, I don't believe. And yeah, it'll be my first time playing in a while. Other than that, though, I've been playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima on PC. PC port's really good. And I'm on lethal difficulty, which was almost a hilarious meme. And now I've gotten pretty competent at this difficulty level, so it's become quite a lot of fun. And I've also done a bit of Hades 2 streaming, as well as original Hades.
Sweet. Yeah, we're just
I'm
gonna.
also on Metal's Forge.
Oh, sick! I need to watch that. I heard it's really good.
Great show.
Yeah, we're just gonna take a little bit of a break, and then we come back live with some Helldivers because I'm off work tomorrow, so I thought I might stream some more and play some video games. That should be fun. Other than that, I'll be playing some more Wind Waker. Well, one more Wind Waker stream tomorrow probably, and then Hellblade comes out, which I'm gonna start playing on Wednesday, and yeah, Furiosa Forge next week. That's gonna be fun. And yeah, just the usual things happening. You'll find me here, as you do. And yeah, that's that. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. It's been fun. And me and Mark shall be back a little bit later with more stuff. And maybe some more people. I don't know. I haven't really invited anyone. I just want to play video games.
For democracy.
For democracy.
I'm right here. It's kind of fucked up, but okay.
Oh, James, do you play?
I play.
Okay,
It's like
yeah.
it's like one of the handful of games I can actually play keyboard and the mouse and do well at.
I just assumed you were just
Okay.
gonna stay around anyway, so I didn't specifically target you.
I
Oh,
don't
no.
remember James saying anything about Helldivers. I figured he would have if, yeah, I don't know.
I
James, too,
100%
yeah.
the game. I got 100 hours into it.
Yeah.
James, I don't necessarily know your gamer history.
Oh my god, they're gonna
This is
fight now.
bigoted.
Chad, look out.
How many PlayStation Platinums do I
They're
have?
gonna start shooting anytime
Because I
now.
sure as hell don't even know.
You got get
Oh,
down.
I don't play PlayStation.
Get down, get
so
down!
It's more than 2. Yes, I don't know. It's like 10.
I
something
don't know
like that.
about that. I don't play PlayStation. There you go. I got like 500 hours. in
Steam Blue
Valhalla.
Ribbons, then.
Yeah.
Alright.
I played Xbox.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
1,000
Xbox
gamer score or
fanboy.
whatever. What do they call that, anyways?
I don't know. I have 100. It's I don't know.
Full gamer score games.
I have like 100.
That must work.
Anyway,
sounds like a big
see you
number.
all next time.
Yeah, later,
Bye.
everybody.
Later, everybody. Bye.